Sorry. It's just too quick, too soon.
We are live.
The Ben Kenobi one that I had.
Old Ben Kenobi. All right, let's get this shit show on the road.
Toot toot.
That's the spirit.
3, 2, 1. Go Nintendo podcast. Webisode 855, the Poltergeist podcast. Mom Brain, would you like to tell us about Poltergeist, please?
Of course I would.
There you go.
Poltergeist. Should I do it the way that Raw Meat thinks that I sound? The species lives in
There you go.
antique teapots. Most pots are forgeries, but on rare occasions, an authentic work is found.
You could do anime work, yeah. I heard a
Romy,
character
why are you
last night
doing a
that sounded
Pokemon?
just like
You're not
that.
letting Mom Brain do it? Kawaii.
They're under a foot tall. They're under a pound. This is beautiful. The gender is unknown. The category is black tea, and abilities include weak armor. Physical attacks to the Pokemon lower its defense stat, but sharply raise its speed stat.
Black tea, or as when I was a child, I used to call poop
Oh, okay.
the black pea. That is a true story. And now you know.
So did you always have like black
I had the
diarrhea?
pea. No, I
Yeah,
just,
that's-
it was the black pea.
But it's
Listen.
not black.
Whatever. I didn't know brown at that time.
He was an unhealthy boy.
Yeah, right. We all poop black, do we not? Hi,
I'm
Mom
sorry,
Brain.
was
How
it
are
coming
you?
out as liquid for you? You called it making black.
I was a kid.
Making black. Mama gotta make black.
Guys, I have to tell you something. Since I've lost weight, I
Very
don't
much,
have the
George.
belly that I used to have, and I can't laugh like I used to. I don't
Aw.
have the belly laugh that I used to, and it makes me mad, like legit mad. I feel myself not being able to laugh like I used to.
You seem like so miserable now that you've lost all this weight.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. I'm sure there's a good part. I'll find it one day.
I mean, you
but-
look great.
Thank you. Thank you.
So-
Kirby's here.
Oh, hey, everybody.
Nicky Hill is here.
Hey.
Deux is here. We got the whole family today. We got, of course, the one and only Josh Grobot. Josh, my friend, how are you doing this 2023?
I'm here to grace you with my presence.
Thank you, Josh. We
I'm
appreciate it.
feeling so great. Thanks for
Ooh,
asking.
new year, new Josh.
Moving on.
Oh, okay. We also have George here. And George, I have to give you a big thanks. Did I mention last week that I was going to a funeral? I don't remember. I went to a funeral. But I needed to buy new clothing. And almost all of my funeral attire was provided by George. I had
What?
George pants, George shoes.
We're the same did you have to wear a belt?
I did wear a belt,
the same
and I want to say it was a George belt. I'm not 100% sure on that, but the majority of the outfit was George.
You know what I say in the business. I've got you covered.
Oh,
You're going to like the way you look.
yeah,
You look
because
sublime.
I'm not looking to break the bank here, so I went to Walmart, and I guess I'm very out of touch. Walmart and Target don't sell dress shirts anymore.
No limes anywhere?
No limes anywhere. They don't sell. You used to be able to go into Walmart and get like, they'd have like stacks and stacks of dress shirts in like little plastic baggies, and they don't do that anymore. The lady there was like, "Oh, we haven't done that in years." She said the times have changed. So,
Wow.
luckily,
I was
there
going to
was
say maybe they would carry him at like the super Walmart or something.
I guess not at all. We went to TJ Maxx though, and they had one shirt.
She said also no ties.
No
They don't have
ties.
ties.
Walmart
I'm
doesn't
like,
sell
you know,
ties
I mean,
anymore.
You would think that there would be like always be a need for people to like run in and grab a tie, like a cheap tie, especially
Yeah.
for like a younger person that you don't want to spend a ton of money on.
Who only has
like-
to
well,
wear it like once or twice a year.
That's
Yeah.
exactly. That's the thing about George brand clothing. It was what, like $15 for pants and like another 10 or 15 for shoes. Like it's $7 for a belt.
It was affordable.
It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you look
Did you
great.
do this on the way to the funeral?
No.
I'm
Normally
surprised.
I would do that, but this time we actually did it the day before.
Actually,
so-
2 days before.
Oh, I take
Oh.
it back. Yeah. I don't know
and-
what came over me, but I said that it's funny you say that because when we were in Walmart, I said to Mom Brain, this is really something for me because usually I would be doing this the day of.
And Ramit is looking so different that his one cousin, who we don't see very often, was like, did Mom Brain bring somebody other than raw meat
true.
to our grandmother's
Look at
funeral?
you.
Like,
Also,
Yeah, but it's really
the
got a
guy on the
type.
side.
my aunt and uncles both said that, and I see them all the time. So
Wow.
the combination
no
of
one
losing
sees you
weight
in, like,
and in
fitted
dress
clothing.
clothing.
Yeah,
Yeah, they were
yeah.
shocked.
Plus,
Did
we
did
shaved your
anyone
head.
like? Oh yeah. Did anyone like get a picture of you at this event?
I don't think
okay.
so.
I mean, funeral's not really a place
I
where
went
you take
picture
pictures.
ops with
Yeah.
grandma.
Oh yeah.
It was an open casket. She was
Cremated.
Turns
cremated,
out he lost all the weight. Now he loves getting dressed up for events. He can't wait for the next wedding.
I'll paint the picture
All
for
black.
you. It was all black. That's all it was. Just the black dress shirt, black
Okay.
dress pants, black shoes. It was
Well, it's just that like every time I
waiter.
see you, you're
like
so
a
like covered
real
up.
Regis
I think, like,
Philgren.
Like maybe a couple weeks ago, I got like a glimpse of your arm, and I was like, oh wow, he's really
That's
skinny.
what Mom Brain was saying, because I refuse to buy new clothing because I'm like, what am I? What? I sit around the house. What am I going to buy new clothes for? I'll buy like
that's
I just
true.
bought a hoodie or something, but I have no idea how to buy. At least now I have no idea how to buy
Clothes that
clothing
fit.
that fits. So
Yeah.
like I'll put something on and I'll be like,
Start with money.
does this
Got
fit, Mom Brain? She's like, that's too big. And I was like, oh, all right, because I don't know what wearing clothes that don't flow feels
Yeah.
like. Everything like a garbage bag. So I got
It
no
is
idea.
tricky, especially when you're one of those people whose weight like fluctuates.
Yeah, I have never been through this situation, but yeah, I just don't like the idea of buying clothing in general. But now I have to. I have no pants and I'm cold all the time, so I have to buy pants basically.
You
Gonna
to get
need
some
new pair of pants.
Jinkos.
If only I still had
I mean,
them.
basically, all of his pants are Jinkos if
Yeah,
he'll let
right?
me take the waist in.
And the pockets away. Hello, alternates Liz. No, we are not cousins. Mom Brain, we're not cousins, right?
No, we are
No,
not.
as far as I know.
And your mother is really into Ancestry.com and genealogy,
Probably
so we
would've
would
found it out,
definitely
yeah.
know.
Hello, Hailey and Tom and Freddie Fro. Oh my God, Freddie Fro, that's amazing. No, I did not wear this. That was not the George clothing I wore. A lime costume.
Although basically the stuff that's underneath is what you wore.
Hello, Zikamuto. That's true. And
Classy.
Anastasia Beaverhausen and Microtic and Mom Perfect Brain and Giant Reggie and whoever else I didn't see in here. Steve Irwin, RIP. And hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us at the beginning of a new year. I have a whole bunch of things I want to. Hello, Do. A whole bunch of things I want to talk about before we get to news. There's not a lot of news because, as you know, usually the few weeks leading into the holidays are pretty dead. And then a week or two after the holidays are even more dead when it comes to video game news. So there's not a lot to talk about top story-wise, but I do have a lot to talk about before that. And hello, Tentavision. Most of it is game related. And it starts off with a dream I had with you, Do.
It starts now.
I wrote it down to make sure I didn't forget it because it was such a great dream. I'm sure it's not going to sound great when
It's not like the one where he blasted
tell it.
through your ceiling.
No, but I was
Which
happy to
you
have another
also
dream
thought
with
was
Drew.
a great
Yeah,
dream, I think.
I stand by that one. This one, I don't know. So I had a dream that started off very realistically. Nintendo was announcing the successor to the Switch. What?
You need to stop right now and look at Microtic's cat. You're gonna love it. It's your kind of cat.
Oh,
Yep. I knew it. I knew it.
Very beautiful.
Very majestic.
Regal. Love it. So anyway, in this stream, Nintendo was revealing the successor to the Switch. And there are two things I remember. One, I remember it being all white. And it had so it looked like a Wii, but it looked like if you took two Wiis and put them side by side. But that's just like I'm trying to explain.
Well,
Well,
there's only 1.5 weeks.
but the thing next to the Wii was empty. So it was like something that looked like a Wii, and connected to it was a big empty like space. But it wasn't just an empty space.
That's where you put the Skittles or the M&Ms.
No, but that's where you put the toast. It was a toaster. And Nintendo, instead of showing off the games, showed off how like they could make different sandwiches in here.
Oh man.
And at the time, I was like, in the dream, I was like,
Can't eat
Nintendo's-
that. Too many
Nintendo's doomed.
calories. What am I going to do with
I
the
was
new
like-
system?
I was like, this is such a weird direction, but I'll hear them out. And
I
I
love that you still hear them out. I love it.
To the
I was like,
very end.
well, at the time,
That's
I
so
was like,
great.
I do like sandwiches, and I'm hopeful they'll get to the games after
I
this.
hate food levels, but I do like
Yeah.
sandwiches in real life.
But at that moment, I was also like, Dew is gonna hate this. And
Oh,
at
thanks
that
for
very
thinking of me.
thought, you burst in through the door.
With
and you were like,
sandwiches and bread, I
"What?
was like, can't wait to start toasting.
You were like, what are they doing? What is this thing? And I was like, I remember saying, I agree, but let's see what kind of
Let's
sandwiches.
see where they're
they
going
have.
with
What are they
this.
doing?
I wanted to be like, give them a minute. Let's see the
Oh,
sandwiches.
man, I heard a lot of that in 2016. Give him a chance. We'll see. We'll see.
And then
We can
they
make a
never
panini
showed
out of
any
it.
games. They just showed them like they were like, look at how efficiently it melts the cheese. And I was like, what is going on here?
It sounds like an infomercial.
I love this dream.
And then they
great.
ended the presentation by saying also no Zelda at launch. And I was like, why would you end it like that?
Wait, did they say that this was like? Did they say this event was like a legendary?
They did not. No legendary
legendary
comments. I just
announcement.
love that they showed the system, didn't show any games, melted cheese and made sandwiches for a half hour, and it ended by saying no Zelda at launch. I was like, why would they do a presentation like this?
And they were going to give the sandwiches to the people there, but Reggie came in and ate all the sandwiches.
These sandwiches are legendary.
Have I ever told you about our sandwich maker?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
If
know.
it doesn't
I guess
play Zelda, I don't
I
want to
don't
hear
expect
about
that
it.
Great
was
to
the
have
end
a
of the
sandwich
dream, by the
sandwich
way.
maker. We all
You and
love
I both befuddled, and then I woke up.
So when I was a kid, we had, and I'm sure everybody had them, a sandwich maker, and it was basically like you like it was like a clamshell. You opened it up, and then you put in like you could make 2 sandwiches.
Yeah,
you put in
yeah.
2 slices of bread, and then you put your stuff, and then you put 2 more slices of bread, and you closed it.
I know it well, yeah.
And I mean, that was like our go-to for like a Saturday night, Saturday afternoon, like lunch, whatever. My mom, the sandwich maker it was a big deal. I think we got it at like Lanco, and it like you could never really clean it, like because it was
patina.
like a plugged-in situation, so it always had like crust, like
Oh, yeah.
around the outside. And I was just talking to my mom and dad about it, and my dad was like, "That thing was disgusting." And my mom was like, "Oh yeah, that's what made everything taste so good." And like
I agree.
my cousins would come over, and my mom would be like, they'd be like, "Sandwich maker," and my mom would be like, "Sure, like put whatever you want in there." So they'd like chop up hot dogs and like
Was it that?
salsa and basically, yeah, give or take.
Like a panini press, but not.
Yeah, but it like made triangles.
Oh.
And then of course, like the cheese, because you'd always put too much in it, the cheese that oozed out
Oh,
would
yeah.
be like
That's
right.
the best part. I would peel that crusty cheese and eat it.
Hello,
Like,
Kyle.
Man, it was
Not good for you, but it was great.
Oh
I
God,
I love that thing.
loved a sandwich maker.
Division says the Nintoaster is real. I am aware. I'm sure Deux is as well. Because Angry Video Game Nerd has used it in a
Oh,
few videos.
yeah.
But this was, I want to stress this was a next gen toaster.
Wait, there
lots
was
of
a
beautiful
Nintendo
cats.
toaster.
There is, you can buy one now. It's not an official product, but it's a toaster that takes Nintendo games and you can play them. I don't think its toasting abilities are still
Is that
there
what
in
this
the other
thing is?
slot.
Like,
I don't know what that thing
It's
is.
a Nintoaster.
I'm looking
And
at
yes, it works.
that. Hello, Nintendo.
Looks
Good
like
to
a
see you.
Ooh, look at that.
Hello, Malik Halo. So many beautiful cats in the chat. I love it. There you go. That's it. Zikamoto's got it right there. That's it. The dock for the Switch was originally intended to be a toaster. Next up, Kirby.
Mhm.
Behind you on that shelf on the top is a black box. That is from Crazy Colonel to you.
Oh yeah.
No, I
You-
just saw the side of it.
You
Bum, bum, bum,
That's right, the
bum,
PS3
bum,
grill. I remember those
bum,
memes as
bum.
well. We've been waiting patiently for you to open this. It's a gift from the one and only Crazy Colonel.
Oh, thank you, Crazy Colonel.
And it's in, for those only listening, it is in a Cats box. It's
Yeah, I
in
think it
Cats
was
the
a-
Musical.
the
It was a
logo,
live
yeah,
cat a
from
couple
Cats
weeks
the
ago.
Musical is on the
Yeah,
sides
maybe
of
we
the
should have
box.
looked in there and made sure wasn't alive.
Kirby is opening the gift and he has found.
This is great.
It's a mug, another custom mug from Crazy Colonel that has Cuphead on it, and it basically says, "Give
me Cuphead till I'm cup dead."
And if you,
Oh my God, this is great. Thank you so much.
he nailed it.
And it came out of a fish in a percolator.
Wow.
Nicky
That's-
Hill
that is
is
beautiful.
drinking out of his mug right now,
I
which
didn't
we
even notice
covered.
everyone had a mug.
I took
we
mine
do,
home. I
yeah.
guess I should have
Mine's in
left
the
mine
kitchen.
here. Darn it.
Flip it over.
Oh yeah, there's a little secret on the bottom.
It's Jason. That's his cameo.
Every mug has a hidden Jason, just like the pictures. By the way, if you don't know that, every picture Crazy Colonel draws has a hidden Jason on it, because on Friday the 13th on GoNintendo, I always hide Jason in most of the pictures I do with articles. So every Friday the 13th, look forward to that. Hello, Joe is cool. Joe's cool says, hello, podcast crew. I can never join live anymore. Seems like I'm always working Saturday, but I'm still listening and laughing. So much love to everyone here on the Discord and the podcast. Well, hopefully work's not so bad. Thanks for popping in for a second. And hopefully listening outside of us live makes your day a little bit better. Next Friday is Friday the 13th? Really? Wow. Well,
Holy
look forward
cow.
to it. Look forward to
It's
it. It's one of
time.
my favorite things to do. Not every picture, but the majority. I'll say a good 80% have hidden Jasons in them. And I love going on Twitter because people are like, oh, why is Jason in? Obviously, some people get mad because they're like, don't ruin a picture with Jason or stuff like that. But most people enjoy
Ruin
it.
it.
It's most people enjoy, some confused, fewer angry. But there you go. Thanks for telling me,
I don't know why
Nintendo.
anyone would sorry.
Oh my God,
I don't know why someone would get angry over that.
I guess I should tell the staff because it's the internet. They get angry
sure.
about everything. Tell the staff and make it a what do you call it? Not a command. You know when you make people do things.
An order?
An ultimatum.
Order? No, it's not order.
Threaten them.
No, there's like a it's like you threaten them. It's like it's more serious than an order. It's like I'm
More
making
serious
a
than an
decree.
Oh, okay.
A
my
decree.
goodness.
I proclaim.
That you must put
Proclamation.
Jason in all of your pictures. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on.
There's
Just
something
went from boss
Moving
to
on.
leader. Is that
leader. That's right. Omnipotent overseer. There was something else I wanted to talk about before I got into my notes.
What?
Omnipotent.
Omnipotent?
Are you having trouble with that word? I know I have trouble with certain words. What was it? There's something else.
Frustrated?
I'm sure
I
I'm
thought-
gonna forget it and remember whatever. I'll go to my next thing. Thank you everybody for supporting the GoNintendo Awards. Last week we did our first maybe inaugural GoNintendo Awards. I tweeted out some of the winners. I didn't tweet them all out because I'm not going to tag Nintendo and be like, you won. They don't give a crap. But I tweeted out things like Inscription for winning Best Narrative and Alec Head for winning Hidden Gem. And I was surprised to find that everybody or all the major players involved with those games either liked and retweeted that they won things. So that was awesome to see. So I guess people are paying attention. Devolver Digital liked the tweet about them winning an award for
Nice.
Inscription, and the guy who created Alec Head replied and liked the tweet. So that was nice to see. So I guess they're happy they won. I guess it's nice to win something even when it doesn't really matter. Nicky Hill asked me if I had sent out the awards. There are no physical awards. I'm sorry. Just the picture. You get the picture and the tweet, and that's about it. So
I wanted to say that I apologize for last week. I listened to the podcast and
it's too late to apologize.
yeah, it really is too late because it was such a big show. It was such a milestone, and I didn't mute my phone that entire time, and you could hear the white noise. And I know there was a time where I even ate Tums, and you mentioned that you could hear me, and for some reason I still did not mute the darn thing. It's totally my fault. It ruined the entire listening
think it's your
experience.
fault.
No one said anything to me about it, but
You're
I
lucky
do
this guy likes you.
apologize.
I thought
Because if it was me, he'd be cursing me out the whole time.
I thought I said something to you before the show.
Or if I unmute
And then
to
when
say
he-
something, he would stop talking completely and be like, "Yes," just to make sure that he let me know how loud it was. But
Well,
guess my
because I
house
could
is
hear
louder.
you click on and off. With him, it was on all the time. And like I said, I
Yeah,
thought I
forgive
said
me.
something before, but then when you said the Tums comment, I thought, oh, now he'll know for sure.
Yeah,
But
I don't know what got into me because I've called in, plenty of times a year and a half ago or so, and I was always kind of like very on top of muting it and making sure that like I had really great kind of audio discipline. But this time I wasn't thinking about it. I was hepped up on like daytime
Award
cold
show
medicine. Yes, award show hype, which is the street name for daytime
That's what
cold
it
medicine.
was.
But yeah, so I really do apologize because what a huge show that was, and I was listening to it and it was just so distracting. I don't know how you put up with it.
well, thank you for apologizing. I want to stress this to you. I did not receive a single complaint. I want to assuage your fears. No one complained about anything. So I think you're fine. I think it's just, you recognized you did it and now you can't unhear it. Just the whole time you're like, I can't believe I did this, and you hear it all the time.
Man, yeah.
I honestly didn't think anything of it. So you're in the clear. Don't worry about it. Speaking of award shows, there was also the Steam Awards. And the Steam Awards nominees are chosen. I don't remember how nominees are chosen, but winners are chosen by votes from Steam users. And they had one of the awards was the Labor of Love Award. So it goes to a game where it's continually updated and upgraded, and new content is added, and people support it years later. Fortnite could be a labor of love, certainly, but no, this caused an uproar because the winner went to Cyberpunk.
Ooh.
Cyberpunk got the Labor of Love Award.
More like labor of hate.
Now let me read you the blurb that Steam put with it.
Maybe it
Labor
goes
of
down to all the
indifference.
people who tried playing it when it first
No.
came out, and they really had to, work. to make
So
sure.
Steam says with this award, they say this game has been out for a while. The team is well past the debut of their creative baby, but being the good parents they are, these devs continue to nurture and support their creation. This game to this day is still getting new content after all these years. After all these years, came out December 2020. After all these years,
And it was also all that content was promised when it was launched, and so now they're just making good on it.
I
right?
can't believe CD Projekt Red went through this labor of love to bring the game up to a point where it should have been on day one. Isn't that lovely? I cannot.
This sounds very suspicious.
People were
to
very
me.
angry about this, but also
Good.
people voted on this game to win. And as Deux has said about awards in general, it's mostly a popularity contest. So
Yeah.
people just saw Cyberpunk and are like, vote for Cyberpunk. But
What are we voting for? It doesn't matter.
how horrible is is someone here? Something going on? Oh,
And have they even really fixed everything? I mean, I know they've done a
No.
lot of updates, but I don't
they
think
have
they've
certainly
made it to
improved
where
it, but no, yeah, like labor. Now here's another thing. No Man's Sky was nominated for Labor of Love. Okay, that makes sense at this
Yeah.
point. Certainly, 6+ years
and
after the
you
game
can say
came out.
after all these years,
Yes,
too.
yeah, exactly. That line bothers me a lot. But No Man's Sky, certainly, if that game was nominated and won for this 2 years after coming out, I'd be like, boy, what a smack in the face to players everywhere. But again, players voted on this. But yeah, give me another 2 more years at least for Cyberpunk before we see what's really going on. And am I wrong about this?
Are they charging for all this content though?
No, I mean, it's
Okay.
not. What content has come out for the game? There's been fixes, but isn't the DLC
Yeah.
coming up?
Yeah, I think it's just bug fixes and,
And
stuff.
isn't the DLC, if I might be wrong on this, isn't the DLC only going to PS5 and Xbox Series XS? Like it's not going to be on PS4 or Xbox
I
One?
thought we did hear that it was just going to be on
So,
the next
like,
gen consoles.
It just all of this rubs me the wrong way. But I can be mad at Steam for winning or for writing that blurb because it's just so out of touch. But really, my anger goes towards the people who voted. But I guess they voted, and the game they wanted won.
I think
so.
this was rigged.
All current DLC for Cyberpunk is free, says Zikumuto. So either the upcoming DLC is paid and only next gen, or I'm mistaken about it being only next gen. Hello, Roth. Good to see you.
I'm just waiting for the inevitable, remastered ultimate super version, and then get that.
Yeah, that's 10 Division says 3 years later, still not finished. There's still a combat fix scheduled. Zikamuto, Steam Awards. Valve provides categories. Anyone that owns a single game on Steam can then nominate any game they want. The games with nominations then go to a vote where anyone can vote. There you go. So,
but that's like a key thing of the labor of love would be, right? Like that it's free content. Like they're doing all of this without benefiting like financially.
Yeah, they are making the game playable.
No, but I mean like other games, like you said, No Man's Sky could be like that's a situation where they're not charging you for DLC.
Yes,
because like otherwise it's just a company doing business, right? But like if they're working on things that are outside of they're not making you pay extra for this extra stuff that they're putting out. I hope that they're doing. Otherwise, they're just it's a category that doesn't make sense from the beginning, and then
So the Phantom Liberty DLC coming to Cyberpunk will be paid. I just looked it up right now to make sure.
Phantom Liberty. Did they just put all of like Metal Gear's like
Yeah, right.
subtitles into
Oh,
a
yeah.
little like
Phantom
dice
Pain
machine and then roll
Sons
it?
of Liberty.
Yes, the DLC will also skip PS4 and Xbox One. Just want to make sure I had those facts straight. So, labor of love. Thank you,
Labor-
everyone who bought the
truly
game
a
on the
labor of love.
platforms when it launched. We're sorry it was broken, and we're only just now getting it under control. Also, you will not be able to get the DLC for the game, but
Oh,
thank you for your support.
unless what they meant is the people working at Cyberpunk are not getting paid for all of this work that they're now doing, trying to fix
there
it.
you
Yeah.
go. That's it.
It's the workers'
Thanks,
labor of love.
suckers.
So again, most of my
Doesn't
my
matter that they're
anger
handcuffed
is
to their workstation.
at the player, not Steam. But
the player, not
I
the
shouldn't
game.
I shouldn't say anger. I should say disappointment. But listen, the people voted. That's the game that won. I accept the winner. I'm not saying anything in that regard. I'm just disappointed that game won. But it is what it is. Yes, Mom Brain.
So I texted my dad and I was like, "Hey, Dad, we're talking about the sandwich maker on the podcast." And my dad said, "The old grilled cheese maker?"
Beautiful.
And I said, "Yep. Do Michael's had the same one." And my dad said, "It was awesome. It got washed annually." And I said, "That's what we said. Never got washed, which made it even better." And then he said, "Mom read my text and she's yelling. She says she wiped it out after every use." And I texted back in quotes,
No.
"Wiped it
Yeah.
out." I'm pretty sure I never wiped it out. And this just in from my father's phone number. "This is your mother speaking. I cleaned it every time it was used."
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
she's
don't-
getting real
Bonnie, I don't
defensive.
believe it. I'm sorry. Wiped it down, maybe a little bit.
Wait.
Sure.
I'm sorry. I feel like.
Every time. How can people have?
What did you say?
I don't believe it. I'm sorry. How can two of you say cleaned never or annually, and one person says cleaned every time? Did you use it once a year?
No.
I don't know.
So you're saying that you don't believe my mother?
I'm saying
Maybe
I
she
don't
cleaned
believe
it
any
every
of
time
you.
she used
The
it.
answer's somewhere in the middle there.
It depends
That's
on your
what I'm saying.
definition of clean. for one
That's
thing.
also like scrub a dub or like
Bonnie's
wipe
definition
down.
of clean is pretty stringent.
So, what are you saying? Is the answer somewhere in the middle, or is it?
I'm saying that my mom was. I'm saying that my mom maybe was like some kind of sandwich maker freak, and she just was like, "Somebody used the sandwich maker. I gotta clean it out."
I know what's way more likely. She was making secret sandwiches on the sly, and she cleaned them after those. That's what it is.
No, you
Okay.
wipe it clean, but it's still got to be seasoned.
That's how I
Yes.
feel.
How
I mean,
many
it was
restaurants have
nonstick.
pizza ovens
Yeah,
and grills
but-
that have a lovely patina that they don't
mean,
want to
you
get rid
can't-
of?
You can't clean it because then the inside gets wet and then you have a hazard. But you can wipe it clean, and
You can wipe it clean.
I'm sure Mama,
Just like
Mama
butthole.
Brain.
And that thing gets so hot. It
Just
cleaned
like butthole.
itself.
That's
basically.
I
and
agree.
that's the most
It
satisfying.
definitely killed
thing.
all the bacteria.
Wiping out with like a wet paper towel, like a hot thing. It's like, and you're just like cooking off the cleaning,
That's how you know it's clean.
cleaning
Yeah.
off the cooking.
Clean steam.
Moving on to more awards discussion. Moving on. Thank you, Josh. We have the nominees for the New York Game Awards this week. They came out. And one category really rubbed me the wrong way. Central Park Children's Zoo Award for Best Kids Game. Why do we have to tie it to a zoo? No, that's not why I'm upset.
Is it South, is it a South
we bought
Park
a zoo.
game?
So basically, it's the best kids game. These are the nominees: Harmony's Odyssey, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope, Moss Book 2, Pokemon Legends Arceus, and Splatoon 3, and Tunic.
You don't think a child's gonna play that?
No.
Yeah, but if
Even
children
the
played
subject
Legend of
matter
Zelda.
of the game isn't for kids. I don't.
How old were
Who
you when you
nominated
played
this?
What's the rating?
Legend of Zelda.
What's the game rated?
Yeah, I get your joke. What's it rated? I don't know.
It wasn't a joke.
Maybe you should
Oh,
look into that before
10?
you start spewing off.
Yeah, so like a little kid can play Tunic, no problem. We didn't know what was going on in Legend of Zelda. How do you don't know what's going on in Tunic?
Well,
Still don't
I mean, Tunic's subject matter
That was a joke, man.
and gameplay, like sure, base gameplay. Like if you're looking at the Legend of Zelda comparison, which is wrong, I would say.
Wrong.
How about this?
Sure.
I wouldn't call it a children's game.
Yeah, because it's not a kids game. Exactly.
Yeah, okay, so that I agree with you.
There's like
100% on.
There's like
Legend of Zelda, I
false
wouldn't call a
idol
children's
worship
game.
and like death and rebirth and like gods.
Oh,
and...
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking specifically about like the difficulty level.
No.
Oh,
I
come
mean,
on, I played
difficulty
Ninja
is whatever.
Gaiden 2, and like the Dark Sword of Chaos was so scary. The
Jungle Rat Rob.
yeah, Jungle Rat Rob was the only shining light.
Yeah, I think kids can handle false idol worship.
Well,
Well, I'm pretty sure. I mean, don't we send kids to Sunday school?
Oh
I mean-
boy, here we go. Here we go.
So
Oh,
I mean,
Yeah,
Sacrilegious.
like all of these fit the mold, but Tunic, in my opinion, does not, and by
It's-
a
it's
great
rated-
amount.
Oh, here we go.
Look, you play as a cute little
Age-rated
fox.
children.
That's all you need to know.
Everyone 10 and over.
Yeah, but
That's what it's rated.
that's not like that's strictly for like
No, that's what it's
content.
rated.
That's not like
So there's people who played the game and decided this is what we can rate it based on everything that's in it.
yeah, you know, like Hindsight. I'm sure is rated. Oh, I don't know. Look up Hindsight. That's a good question. Like Hindsight is another one where I'm sure
don't
it
know
has
how to
a
look
low
that up.
rating, but it's not going to be for children. Type in Hindsight
I am
ESRB.
kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm trying to think of other, you know, low ESRB rated games that are not, you know, what's Spiritfarer rated? I'm sure that's another good
Hindsight
example.
is E for everyone.
There you go. Like, sure, content wise, that could be played by anyone. As far as like, there's no sexual content, there's
Kids
no
aren't gonna
violent
like that
content. There's
at all.
but it's not for children. Yeah, like
No.
if a kid plays it and loves it, that's great. But it's not.
You know
The
what?
audience is aimed
Let
at. It's
kids
not
learn
children.
from an early age the regret that you have when you grow up as an adult and your life was like all weird and you were judging.
I grew
your
up as an
parents based on
adult. Damn
stuff.
it.
Learn from an early age
Let
that
'em
people are
learn.
going through stuff, and it's good to just love everybody.
They can. It's rated E for everyone. Go ahead and
What was
play
the
it.
other one you just said?
I said Spiritfarer.
I need to
Spiritfarer.
complain about another one. What was the other one?
That ESRB ratings are not there for like who would understand a game or connect with a game. It's for like who is it appropriate for age wise.
Mhm.
Spiritfarer is teen.
Oh, a little bit up there, a little bit up there. So
Oh.
Hindsight was the better example. But anyway, Tunic does not fit in this category at all, in my humble.
Let's throw a fit.
Yeah, but it's a cute cartoon fox.
Yeah,
It's
for
got to be
babies.
for kids.
It is for
Crystal is
Like
a cute cartoon
Conker?
fox, and she's not for kids. Thank you, Mom Brain. Squirrel, but close enough. Another animal, not for children. Definitely. That's
That
ESRB
was a
and
joke, man.
content wise. That was a joke, man. So yeah, I read this and I was like, this is very disappointing and makes me question the legitimacy of these awards. And you know why? You know who's been on the panel of judges in this award show for maybe close to a decade now?
Michael
Oh,
Peck.
no,
Dorito Pope?
Not Dorito
super
Pope.
Developer Michael Pat. What's his super analyst?
No. Come on, I'm looking at you specifically.
Oh, Reggie.
Reggie is on this. Yes.
Oh, man.
Reggie's part of this whole thing. So it's just I don't get it. I don't get it at all.
He said this year's zoo awards are going to be legendary. What was it called?
Reggie was like, foxes are in the zoo. Put that in there. And they got squids in the zoo, and they got Kirby's in the zoo.
I don't knock them for trying to raise
Hi,
animal
Kotori.
awareness in games. Or
Animal awareness in games. Hi, Super Sanchez. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Whoever just the damn chat jumped. Somebody was with me on this. Wait. It's gone. Hello, Tall Show. Good to see you. Man, oh man, what happened?
Did he give the Game of the Year award to blockchain?
Someone in the chat, I'm sorry, I can't find it scrolling, said Tunic is heavy in all capital letters. Yeah, it's not. Kids can play it, I guess, but it should not be nominated in a kids category.
I mean, also like
What rules, you sons of
Thank
bitches?
you.
there's like some kids cartoons that are or cartoons, animated films that are
Films.
Films.
it's heavy content, but a lot of it goes over kids' heads until they get older. or
You should
something.
see YouTube Kids.
That's fine.
It's
Like
terrible
hidden
what's on
content and subtext and, you know, undertones. And, yeah, like Warner Brothers cartoons. For children, sure, but also for adults because there's things in there that jokes and references. I get it, but that's not what Tunic is. That's not what Tunic is. I want to stress, I'm not saying, again, that a child can't play Tunic. It's totally fine. My thing is, it's not a kid's game.
Definitely not.
Yeah,
You are correct.
It's crazy.
You underestimate
Yeah, I
the
think
power of the dark
we're all in
side.
agreement.
But anyway,
won't somebody
blame Reggie.
Which
please
reminds me,
think of the
we
children?
saw a commercial. Just say you underestimate the
Commercial.
power of the dark side. There's a commercial for a Baby Yoda clapper.
Oh no.
There. Oh yes, we
He doesn't
did see that.
talk.
Yeah, that's
It's the
No,
Mandalorian,
It's
I guess.
the Mandalorian,
talking,
but it's
Oh,
obviously
oh.
not the Mandalorian.
well, that's
so-
confusing.
Ooh.
Yes, it was confusing, but funny. But we did continue to watch the commercial because it went into
So
Darth Vader
This
as
is the
well.
way.
I think that might be
that's what
it
it's like.
says.
That's what it's like. Look it up on YouTube, somebody. Yeah, it's just as good. And then the only other thing is, I figured like I said, guys, not a lot of top stories this week, so we're just BSing. But all that was game related. Now we move on to the not game related stuff. Nicky Hill, when you got here, you asked if I watched The Menu.
Yes.
I have, as of last night, watched The Menu. I found it to be okay.
Yeah, I wasn't crazy.
I
about it.
was disappointed with it, but I was still interested to see where it went. But I wouldn't. If somebody was like, "What'd you think of it? Would you recommend it?" I'd be like, like it's tough because it's not a bad movie, but it's just
Yeah, it's totally watchable. Got
Yeah.
a really cool premise. I think Ray Fiennes gives a pretty great performance.
Oh, yeah, well, he's always
considering
great.
like what there is to work with there, because I found a lot of it to be pretty trite and disappointing. But
I thought some of the dialogue in particular was really bad.
yes,
Not from him though, oddly enough, but everybody else I was like the first conversation when they're waiting for the boat to come in the beginning, I was
Even
like,
from the
this
very-
dialogue's rough,
from
man.
the very
Yeah.
beginning, I just had
But the other thing is that like
when Nicholas Holt is talking about mouthfeel or whatever.
yeah,
Okay.
but
just-
like the things that I disliked about the characters, you're supposed to dislike. It's just that they kind of like were a little heavy with it.
well, I mean, yes, I agree. I think they did go heavy, but we'll try not to get into too much spoiler territory here, but yes, it's very done on purpose for reasons.
but I
that the
will
movie
say, Judith
showcases.
Light, she still got it.
Judith Light,
even know
underutilized
that
in
was
the
her.
Is that a
movie.
spoiler?
Didn't even
Oh,
know
I
it was
saw
her.
that- said that 'cause
Wow.
it took me by surprise. when I saw
amazing.
it.
I recognized her
sorry,
right away.
incredible.
Why
Holy
is that
cow.
a spoiler?
Well, because it's a delight to see Judith Light.
Yeah, I was very excited because I knew she was in it, and
Yep.
she's got what I'm gonna say 3 lines, maybe
Yeah,
4.
not a lot.
Disappointing, but to be fair, that's most of the people in the movie. Like, it's not like anybody's got a ton of dialogue between outside of
That's what
Ray
made
and
everybody seem so-
Anya.
Yeah, that's what made everyone seem so one-dimensional. And like, I mean, you got the idea, but it was, I don't know, didn't do it for me.
Again, without spoilers, the people in this situation, I don't think did enough to try to get out of the situation.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
irritating.
And even when like one of the characters actually says
Yes.
basically what you said,
Yeah.
I'm
Flat
like-
out says it.
I was like, well, now the movie's calling attention to it.
Yes,
To its
and-
own like
Yeah.
And I feel like the
Uh,
writers of the
implausibility.
movie said that because then they're like, well, people can't call us out for this if we have one of the characters say it. And I think,
Well,
yeah, that's the
I
thing.
get it. I
because the
accepted it.
people are supposed to, like, I understand the reason, but come on.
No, I mean,
Come on.
Yeah, that's
maybe I'm just too forgiving. But when
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, like,
I'm still sitting on it. Like I didn't love it. I didn't hate it.
Dude, will you please? You did your Gene Shalit version of a review where, for those who don't know, Gene Shalit is a critic known for making terrible puns, but they're also great
and for his hideous mustache.
as movie. That's also true. For movie reviews, can you tell me your 1-sentence review of? You don't remember it, do you?
Oh, what I said last night?
Yes.
I remember it. It
Okay.
wasn't that. It's not that
It was
brilliant.
good. It was good because it's so bad good.
I was like, the menu, more like PU.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think you're.
Looks
Listen,
like
it
perhaps
is
the
bad, but
menu
I
has,
don't think you're giving yourself enough credit for how good bad it is.
Well, thank
Oh,
you.
the joke, you mean?
And especially with the delivery, it makes it
Yeah.
the menu
Well,
more like the PU.
I feel the same way. It seems as you all do here. It's worth a watch, but it wasn't
Yeah.
satisfying. Wasn't that great? It has a great premise. I'm coming off of Glass Onion, which I was very underwhelmed by, but I love the way Glass Onion is shot, and it's got a similar thing where they go to an island and there's a beautiful, thing.
Glass
like,
Onion's the
structure.
better movie.
Right, but like just from the way it's shot too, because like here it seemed very low budge, like they were like in the beginning, because they're supposed to be going to this island and this beautiful restaurants there, and like some of the, I don't know if it was the way it was shot or what, but it just kind of looked budge.
Yeah. What was it? Fox Searchlight Pictures?
Yes.
Don't they usually do like lower budget
Yes,
movies?
yes.
Okay.
But the Glass Onion made me kind of angry almost the whole time I watched it.
I was angry.
I was not angry
very
at
much
the
disliked that movie, but I think it's the better movie between the two, at least as far as it's put together.
I mean, it's more.
Yeah, this one had so many.
Complex.
The menu had some things, man. When they, again, don't want any spoilers, but towards the end, when like you think, like she makes the like a distress call. That's all I'm gonna say. And then
I would say that's too spoiler.
never
Towards
mind.
the end.
Like, what are we even saying? Why are we even still talking about it then? We shouldn't even.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm just gonna shift gears because I watched Jurassic World Dominion yesterday.
Oh no!
Now that movie made me
PU.
angry multiple times. Like I forgave it, and then they made me angry again. One of the
I don't know
characters,
how
Jurassic
you
Park
forgave it.
Dominion, more like
characters-
Poo
well,
Minion.
because of what it is. Like I'm not looking for high art or anything from that. I'm just looking for silliness. But like it's such an outrageous action movie that doesn't need to be, and it like whatever. Like almost every minute of the movie, there's like some excitement going on, and it's just like this. All right, I'm over it. But a character who's a pilot flies a plane, and when she gets in the air says, "Still got it." That's your job. That's what you do all the time. I would hope you still got it.
Maybe it was a joke. Maybe they were.
Oh God.
Yeah, I have not watched that.
Although-
I haven't watched any of the new Jurassic Parks outside of the first new one, whatever that was.
Jurassic World.
And at that point, I tipped my hat. I wish you well. Not for
With
me.
peace and love.
Although
yeah.
I do
Yes.
like the is it a slur of,
Oh boy.
well, not a slur, but like an insult or whatever?
The thoughts of Nicky Hill are not those of GoNintendo. Please continue.
No, a comment of Jeff Goldblum as Dr. Ian Malcolm calls somebody a rapacious rat bastard, and I really enjoyed that.
Oh, I don't.
That's not really
that's
a
not
slur. I mean, maybe against rats.
Well, it's-
rats.
it's
yeah. What are
a-
they gonna do though? Right? Am I right?
Not
What are they gonna drag a slice
Hey,
of
the
pizza through
rats
New York
eat your
City? Come
eyes.
on.
yeah, I'm just trying to think of the word insult or
oh, okay.
like I'm calling you that. It's still not nice.
Well, when you said slur, and then you said Dr.
No,
Ian
right.
Malcolm uses a slur, I was like, really? That,
No, that's what I'm saying.
He's-
He's really racist in
No,
the new
like
movie.
that mug that Mom
seemed
Brain
like such
has
an
about all
intelligent guy.
of those things that from Shakespeare. What are those things?
I didn't
Those are
tell you,
Just insults.
Yeah, just insults. In the new movie, he's a big fan of Kanye and Andrew Tate. So they did something different with his
That's
character.
weird.
It didn't work out.
It's weird being a Jewish man himself.
It's called acting, Kirby. I have not seen that. But yeah, the menu. Take that one off the menu for
Oh,
me.
Nice.
Yeah.
this-
Perhaps
disappointed.
has
Just
it
Hard to digest.
expired?
So I said to you,
has the shelf life?
I said to you yesterday, you're the first I've heard that didn't like that movie. You are the right person, I
Thank
believe.
you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well, I'm
I
glad
heard
for
many
once.
people in my family say they really liked the menu, and I'm going to talk to them tonight and tell them I feel differently. But
Well, he said he didn't really like it.
well, I haven't heard that until. Oh, that's right. You're right. I apologize. You did. I did hear you say. You
I hear you,
didn't
Kirby.
care for the
I'd like
movie.
to be the
Yeah,
first to
and-
say that I said first that I didn't like it.
Yes, because he wasn't here for movie night,
That's
so
fine.
he didn't hear.
But yeah, I'm glad we're all kind of
On the same page.
Apathetic about this.
have the same the same opinion.
The menu more like check, please. Got him.
Yeah, and-
Ooh, we're gonna go get pizza on the way home.
Oh,
Wait, now that
what
was
are
stupid.
you? What are you doing? Where'd you go?
I'm washing your walking
Sandwich
clothes,
maker.
and I didn't want them to like sit in the washing machine.
She's washing
They
your
weren't ready yet.
Georges.
They're
Well, thank
walking
you.
clothes. They
Thank
shouldn't
you.
be
And
wafting
then I had to
clothes.
take
Am I
Tums
right?
because my stomach is
All of them?
Yeah.
Wow, thank you. That's so nice.
Wow.
You're welcome.
But yeah, the
Wow,
menu,
so
I think
nice. Wow.
Outstanding.
Oh wow, how nice.
as a I think it's a horror movie, a comedy, and a satire, because I feel like it's trying to be all three of these things. I don't think
Yes.
it succeeds in any
I would agree.
in any sense.
I would agree.
Correct.
Yeah. So there's that. On a positive note, I did finish. I am completely up to date on Demon Slayer, and boy, oh
Wow.
boy, what a ride, man! They do some stuff with this show where they highlight moments of importance in special ways in episodes that helps you appreciate just like what's going into the story and what has happened. Like the way certain episodes end, like, you know, if there's something that's going on that's very heavy subject matter, they won't use the traditional credits song or the traditional credits roll. They'll do something where they just let a scene play out and it goes into ambient noise and the credits roll that way, and it recognizes the weight of what's going on, and I really appreciate that.
So it's not like watching like Inuyasha or something.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you get the same like J-pop song every
Exactly.
time the
Yeah,
credits
they
start.
don't do that. Or they'll even go so far as like to do like a melancholy rendition of the usual ending theme, which I appreciate too. But like the fights in this show are like amazing. There are some moments in this show that are animated and depicted to a degree that I don't know that I've seen anything more impressive. There's some really awesome stuff that happens, but subject matter wise and the fights that are going on, there are things that happen where again my jaw dropped. Like, just they do not hold back from characters getting really hurt. It's not like, you know, it's a story where this guy's trying to beat all these demons and everything, but
It's animated though.
it
right?
is animated. You know, the main character.
Is it rated E for everyone?
No. This has got. If it's on Crunchyroll, so I don't know what traditional media would rate it, but it has to be TV mature. It's got that
Oh,
much
okay.
violence at there's really
But the
hardly
Children's
any
Zoo
sexual
is,
content.
it nominated it for best
Yeah.
children's program.
But there is violence. Like like I said, things happen to the main character and the supporting cast. They do not pull punches. Like, people like lose limbs and like stuff happens. Like it's very much, you know.
Do people get like eviscerated?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, you know, in traditional, we'll say comic book or superhero media, you know, people will get beat up, but nothing really happens to them. They're fine. Whereas Invincible, you know, people get
Yeah.
destroyed and
Oh, yeah.
things happen. But they're pretty much, you know, they recover for the most part, but it shows the action more on a more violent level, at least.
Oh, sure.
And people need recovery time. But in Demon Slayer, like I said, people lose limbs, things happen, and they recover and they're okay. But you know, you lose an eye, your eye's gone. You
Do you
lose an
see
arm, your arm's gone. Like
The psychological effects of losing
You
an
do,
eye and
yeah,
limbs
Oh yeah, there's that.
some
too.
of the characters you do, some you don't, because some of them are just crazy, so they don't care about this, like losing a limb. It's like
Oh.
they like it in a way. But the main character in particular does a great job of showing trauma of not just when those around him get hurt or fall, or he himself takes on a major attack. Like, there's a particular scene in this where the character's fighting so hard he ends up losing his breath, and the way they animate him like out of breath, it's uncomfortable. It's the best word I can say for it, because you're watching him and you're like, oh my god, this is horrible. Like, this is horrifying. But it really adds to the story because they really make you appreciate the intensity of the fights. It's great. I really like the show a lot. As I said, it's not without its faults. If you are really sensitive to anime where characters yell, this one has a lot of yelling. Second
I
season
remember
is
asking you about
much
that.
better than the first.
Oh, I thought
Second
you were gonna
season is
say
much better.
Much better yelling.
No, because there's a character in particular he's really whiny and he's scared of everything, but they play up a part of his personality in this second season where he's not like that all the time. You get
Okay.
a good amount of respite from that, which I really appreciate. But if you're extra sensitive to that,
Yeah,
I
they're
can
getting
understand this
complaints.
getting on your nerves. And I think it's unfortunate because I think the show is so strong outside of that. But also, if you're sensitive to anime tropes, this show has its share of anime tropes. As far as just when you're not in the serious and the action moments, you're gonna get more tropish stuff. So the sweat beads and the blank
The
stares and all that
veins,
stuff,
the,
the veins and all that.
I mean, sweat. I mean, everyone sweats. That
But
doesn't bother me.
yeah, it's just you're like I said, Chainsaw Man doesn't really have that. It has a little bit of that, and like Death Note has next to none of that. There's very few moments in that show that are tropish anime.
Okay.
This is very much that. It has those elements of anime, but its stories and its the way it handles serious topics, I really, really like. And there's some heartbreaking stuff in there for the main character and the people that they're fighting or the demons they're fighting. Like there's heavy topics, there's serious stuff, there's really sad stuff that I like, and it dives deep into those things. So it's something special.
Something is looming.
I really like it. And man, this company that's doing it, they're as far as animation goes, they're really putting their all into it. Like they're not. A lot of anime tends to cheap out on certain episodes because there's a lot of talking and they use static images and things like that. But
because the animators are overworked. The one.
I was gonna say there's a lot of animating on the ones in this show. Yeah, they do some amazing stuff. So again, Demon Slayer, very basic bitch to talk about it because it's a huge anime right now. It's absolutely ginormous. Like the movie that came out for the first season made over $500 million. Like this is a huge
It's not
franchise.
chump change.
So, but it's
I never
popular
really
and worth
thought of
trumpeting.
watching anime is basic. But,
Well, I mean, like as far as anime nowadays, certainly it's like
I realize
anime
it's
is
more popular than it was.
Netflix
20 years ago.
Netflix's most popular category is anime, and Hulu's most popular category is anime. That's all their content. I'm not talking about just animated in general. Like their most popular genres of content is anime. And Pornhub this year, hentai was number 2 overall for searches
Nice.
worldwide.
Excellent.
Number 2.
Great job, Hentai.
It
It was a labor of love.
What was number 1? I think it was lesbian, if I remember correctly. Not familiar what lesbians are. Yes, I'll turn this list. I did watch Attack on Titan, but I only watched the first season, and the wait between the first and second season was so long that I fell out of it. But I should go back to it. I really liked the first season a lot. And that was
really into it when
I loved it, but even for anime, the wait between the first and the second season was extremely long. Just like I'm at right now with Invincible. I'm still very excited for the next season of Invincible, but the wait between seasons has been so long.
Second season?
Yeah.
And Amazon said news on the second season is coming this month. They are sharing news this month sometime. So hopefully that means
Yeah, exactly.
my understanding is they were doing seasons 2 and 3 consecutively. Like they were working
The
on both
news
at the
is
same time. So.
we're not ready yet.
So hopefully, I would imagine the second season is going to be this year, but I'm hopeful for spring. It seems like spring seems like a good chance. But anyway, check out. Are you familiar with Trigun?
Trigun,
The anime?
Yeah, I might have seen like a few minutes of it on Adult Swim.
There's
once.
a new Trigun that just started, and it was when I heard about it, I was kind of upset. They said they were going to do a 3D anime. Which I'm not really into that. 3D as in like
in like what they did with Ghost in the Shell.
Yes, exactly. Where I'm like, eh. And I watched a trailer for it yesterday, and I was like, oh, it's a lot better than I thought. The first episode is out now. I'm going to give that a go. But I like traditional hand drawn over. I know it's on computers anyway, but I prefer that over 3D models being used. But this Trigun trailer, I watched it, and I was like, that's pretty close to like traditional animation. Just this allows them to do all sorts of complex camera movements where they don't have to draw stuff. It's just they actually move the camera around. So I'll have to show you the trailer later, just because from a visual standpoint, it's very interesting. But I think that's what I'm going to watch next. And my cousin told me to watch, oh boy, was it something is, I know it's really popular and I forget the name. Spy Family, Spy X Family, Spy X Spy. It can't be Spy X. Spy Family. If somebody in the chat has watched that, let me know.
It's like Spy.
Spy X Family is
Yeah.
epic, says my
Spy
product.
Kids.
Yeah, Spy Kids. That's what it was.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
my
Spy
cousin
Kids,
was
of
telling
course.
me he absolutely loves Spy X Family. So I believe I'll start that next. All right, that's it. Let's get the little news that there is, Mon Brain. Could you news us, please?
Peace and love.
Ooh.
Peace and love.
PNL.
Finally!
Hey. I like your
My mix.
on the fly stuff you're doing lately. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Look, I'm multifaceted.
You are. We're starting off top stories this week with the North American
Baby, lock the
releases,
door and turn the lights
which should go to
down
show you how little in the
low.
way of top stories there was this week. Yeah.
With the remixes, I just thought of
remix.
something that can be done with that tune.
North America, what do we get this week? We got the 12 Labors of Hercules 6, Race for Olympus.
Hercules.
ABC, Follow Me, Food Festival. ABC, Kids Bundle. Age of Heroes, The Beginning. Aircraft Carrier Survival. Alpha Link. Animal Golf Battle Race. Why am I
Feels
getting
like
this?
it feels like
Because we're
he's
still on the
reading
A's.
his-
Arcade Archives, Bubble Bobble. That's
Ooh.
the
goodness.
arcade version of Bubble Bobble.
Bub
Arcade
and Bob.
Archives,
And Ray.
Metal Hawk. Balls of Fame Holiday Bundle. Boxer.
Hey, they made a game after
What, Balls of Thunder?
yeah, Balls of Fame.
Oh.
Breakfast Bar Tycoon Premium Edition. Checkers Quest Bundle. Children of Silent Town. Keep them there. Clumsy Rush Ultimate Guys Definitive Edition.
They made a game about you.
Ooh,
Hey,
Crite.
They made a game about you. I don't know what right.
I'm gonna say, I guess this is Christ World, but it looks like it's Christ World. Everybody's Home Run Derby. Extreme Snowboard. Flipped On. Grabatoons. Gravity Thrust. Gun Tech 2. Heroish. Hollow World Dark Knight. Humongous Classic Collection.
Can we
That-
just
I-
talk
I'm a
about
little
that
upset
for a
about that,
second?
yeah.
I mean,
I
come
saw-
on.
I saw that.
I don't know. What are
That's
you
like
getting at?
Quentin Tarantino's dad and Al Pacino's dad doing a movie together just so they can have their last names on the poster. That is BS right over there.
Well, I agree. Hyper Gun Sport. Infected Run to Survive. Zombie Apocalypse Survival Story Shooter Dead Cry. Kids Puzzle 2-in-1 Bundle. League of Enthusiastic Losers Ultimate Edition. Lost Dream Stars. Lost Snowmen. Maximus 2. Melatonin. Melatonin is one to check out.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Is that like game?
I want to say it's like Rhythm Heaven,
Yeah.
but like sleepy. Merge Your Room Extended Edition. Neon Souls. Otoko Cross Pretty Boys Klondike Solitaire.
game after you, Kirby.
Oh, Pancake Bar Tycoon
Otoko.
Premium
I do play a lot of
Edition.
solitaire.
Pid
Pretty
Deluxe
Boys.
Edition.
Oh, sorry.
You're a pretty boy.
Thank you.
Pixel Boy Lost in the Castle. Pixel Family Fun. Pixel Game Maker Series Pearl vs. Gray. Quest Hunter Deluxe Edition. Risk your life to get your dinner back. The Nyan Zhao action game. Scrap Riders. Check that one out too. Slots Royale. 777 Casino Games. Super Puzzle Pack 2. Syndrome Ultimate Edition. Tumbleweed Destiny. World War Battle Heroes Field Armies Call of Prison Duty Simulator. WRC Generations, the official game. And finally, Zombie Survival.
Finally!
Super Duper Pooper Scooper has the most upvoted comment, and he says, Balls of Fame, the sequel to Anime Titty Shooter 4000. I think you're right. They got a little something for everybody.
Oh, now we go by the most upvoted. Is that what we do here?
It had a most upvoted. Some of them don't. Nicky, you want to just go to Europe now?
Who's
You
paying
want
for
to
that
do your
ticket?
European releases now, and then
Through the
I'll
back
go
door?
back.
Nice.
Yeah, sure.
Just like
What are
Steve
the
is.
next European masterpieces? Let's find out with Nicky's sweet releases.
Thank you, Josh. The Lord has given us another year, and
Steve's.
this is the first
I'm here to grace you with my presence.
first week of that year, the year of our Lord 2023. Look at all these games. There's a lot of games coming out in Europe.
Moving on.
12 Labors of Hercules 6, Race for Olympus. Age of Heroes, The Beginning. Alpha Link, Backpack Twins. That sounds fun. Blacksmith Forger, Crazy Adventure Bundle, Chris World. Is there supposed to be a W in that, or just Chris World?
I don't know.
Chris World. I'm looking for Mr. Chris.
That's what I was thinking.
Good.
Extreme Snowboard, Gravity Thrust, Gun Tech 2. These are intense games. Hero-ish, Dark World. Nope. Hollow World, Dark Knight. Yeah, I don't know. It's like Hollow Knight, Dark. There's a lot of things.
Yeah.
We're borrowing from them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hyper Gun Sport, Journey to the Blue Mountain, Lost Snowmen, Maximus 2, Melatonin, Pete Cross X, or is it 10? Did we go there? Pete Cross X,
I don't know.
Pickbits versus Uzboros.
He's right.
Are you looking at my Pickbits? I'm looking out the window. Are you checking out my Pickbits?
Oh,
Puzzle Game Maker Series Pearl versus Gray. Puzzle bundle for toddlers and kids, 7 and 1. I hear that one's rated teen. Just kidding. E10. Sail Forth, Sonority, Sports Story, The Captain, The Punchwin, which you said big winner.
Good, yeah.
And who's that by?
Bing chilling.
Shinin.
Yes, you're right. You got it before I did.
Shinin. Think Logic, Sudoku, Binary, Suguru, Toy Soldiers HD, Tumbleweed Destiny, which I want to look that up. That sounds humorous.
Sounds just nice.
And finally, Vampire
Finally!
Slayer, The Resurrection. Is that what you said finally too earlier?
Thanks, Nicky Hill. Are there any? Oh my God, are there any comments?
Shillelagh commented, top comment, first comment. My Destiny, Tumbleweed, as I'm just going to roll through this week's releases. Did I read that all right?
Very nice. Very nice.
Oh my
See what happens when there's not as
God.
many top stories? You get more comments on the top stories because they don't slide by as quickly.
Oh my goodness.
8 comments
holy
on the Europe
smokes,
one.
Look at all that.
There you go. There's your European releases. Thank you, Nikki. Can I get a drum roll, please? Oh. The latest UK data is in. The Switch was the #1 best-selling console of 2022. Beat out the PS5 and the Xbox Series X to once again be the best-selling game hardware in the UK for all of last year. I kept hearing how it was a very close race. I would argue that it's close, but not as close as you might think. Xbox sold 720,000 units. PlayStation 5 sold 770,000 units, and Switch sold 880,000 units. It was over 800,000. I know that for sure. So not close, but not like,
yeah.
by the hair of your chinny chin chin or anything. What do we got? We also have the 20 best-selling games in the UK
Very cool.
for 2022.
All systems.
FIFA.
All systems. #1, FIFA 23. Good for you.
It. We did it. Good night, everyone. We did
You're
it.
off the hook for a while.
Oh,
Um,
right.
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare 2 is #2. Yes.
Oh my goodness. 1 and 2.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe says Kirby, and that is #12. Yes,
Okay.
Small Brain. Your turn. The longer you wait, the tougher
Minecraft?
it gets. Minecraft. She goes with Minecraft. Minecraft, I'm so sorry, but it's #18.
Oh.
Remember, only the Switch version there. That is the physical version people are buying, and enough to put it in the top 20 for the year. All right, dude, back to you.
E-Ring Elden R.
E-Ring Elden R is #4. Yes.
I didn't know we were going around.
We weren't until now.
Yeah. GTA 5.
GTA 5 is #5. Yes.
Oh my God.
So you've gotten 1, 2, 4,
Gotta get you
5.
a
You're
high
missing #3. But Kirby, feel free to guess any of the remaining games.
Oh, is there a Pokemon game in there?
He
Oh.
guesses
Ooh, good
Pokemon. Pokemon
Good
Legends
guess, good
is on
guess.
here, as well as Pokemon Violet and Pokemon Scarlet. You've taken 3 off the board.
Oh wow.
Great job.
There you go. That's tough, Mom Brain.
Splatoon.
Mom Brain guesses Splatoon. Did it make the top 20 in the UK for 2022? Mom Brain,
I don't believe it.
it did not. I'm
I
so
don't believe
sorry.
it.
I don't
so
believe
sorry.
it.
That's the end, everybody. Mom Brain ended it.
I-
Here is.
It's for the best.
People in UK don't like it.
They like it, but they probably went digital over physical because there was a reason. They probably bought the Switch Splatoon 3 OLED, which doesn't come with the game, and then they bought the game digitally.
The sons
That's
of
my guess.
guns.
All right, so you missed number 3, Lego Star Wars. Number 6 was God of War Ragnarok. Number 7 was another FIFA. Number 8, Horizon Forbidden West.
Sorry, is that the name? Another FIFA?
That's right.
Another
Number 9,
FIFA?
Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm sorry, Rat Hat Redemption 2.
That's
Number
better.
10, Nintendo Switch Sports. Number 11, Pokemon Legends Arceus. 12 is Mario Kart. 13, Gran Turismo 7. 14, Pokemon Violet. 15, WWE 2K22. Do we have anything to say about that on the list?
Finally!
We have F1 2022.
F
Pokemon
this,
Scarlet
right?
at number 17. Number
Yeah.
18 is Minecraft. Number 19 is Animal Crossing New Horizons. Just making it into the top 20. At number 20, Sonic Frontiers. So an impressive debut for Sonic Frontiers. Came out very late in the year, but still made the top
meow.
20. So good for Sonic. Put those grippers away.
I think that is so freaking funny when there's cat feet and that they're like, I don't know how to explain the humor of like a cat nest when they're like all curled up and the space they're in is like all hairy and they're like gross toes are sticking out. Like that's funny to me.
I know
if it
it's
was
funny to
human
you.
hair, you'd be
I'd be befouled.
Foul.
Yeah.
I couldn't handle it.
hoiking away all day.
Yeah, but oh man, just a nice cat nest with like smelly old cat toes. Like it just makes me so
Smelly
happy.
beans.
Yeah, foul cat beans.
Sorry, I'm looking for the drop in sales for platforms. Here we go. In terms of consoles in the UK, consoles altogether were down over 29%. Sony's PS5 was impacted by stock shortages for most of the year, and sales were down nearly 33% compared to the year prior. That is not good. Switch sales were down 27%, but still ended number 1. I mean, not surprising that it dropped. Third position was the Xbox Series S and X. Sales were down nearly 15%. So also low supply there. But the best, worst, or the best of the, how should I say it? All drops are bad, but this was the best of the bad because it was the least. 15% down is not.
So it was the
not
least
horrible.
worst.
The least worst or the best worst, as I like to say. Testing positively towards the negative, as I like to say.
So what you're saying is Nintendo is doomed.
Oh, yeah, always.
what I got
well,
out
now
of
that
this.
they announced that toaster, yeah, forget it. Moving on.
I'll be right back.
What do we got next?
I am the world's best singer.
We
should talk about
yeah.
Something that I saw on your website this week that is gonna shoot system sales through the roof if it's true that Breath of the Wild 2 Switch that is
Tears
not,
of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom.
that's what it's called. Thank you. The Tears of the Kingdom Switch that is not official. It's a rumor. But that thing looks cool.
I'm sure that they will have a limited edition OLED Switch to go with that. Yeah, I just don't know if that one's real or not. But yeah, they'd be crazy not to do something. It's the successor to the best-selling Zelda of all time. They'll do a special OLED for that. But if it is that design, it does look very nice. So
I think that's very nice.
Switch also sold 6 million units in the UK alone. So that's not this year. That's overall. But now you know. And then we only got one more top story.
I love this. I love this trim going through it, feeling like we're making progress.
I love this trim going through it.
You know what I'm talking about.
Illumination is rumored to be working on a Legend of Zelda movie. This comes from a giant freaking robot who says, quote, trusted and proven sources, end quote, that have provided them inside information that was true in the past, such as Henry Cavill not returning to play Superman and Hugh Jackman reprising his role for as Wolverine in Deadpool 3. They got the inside scoops on those, and those turned out to be true. They're saying these sources have told them that Illumination, which is working on the Mario Brothers animated movie, is also going to tackle a Legend of Zelda animated movie.
There we go. It's over, people. It's
Hopefully
happening.
not in the same style as the Mario movie, but I don't know because I don't see Illumination doing a more serious
Space World. Give me Space World.
I don't see them doing a more
Still on
serious
Space
animation
World?
because, as we know, American animation studios, especially when it comes to cinema, don't really do more serious stuff, unfortunately. Well, I guess you get Into the Spider-Verse. That's about as serious as it gets in recent animated films that I can think of. Released in movie theaters, right? Well,
I don't know what we're
Warcraft.
talking about. Sorry.
that's not animated, but
What are we
It's
talking
not
about?
animated.
the Warcraft movie was live action,
How did they do the orcs?
computer generated.
Oh,
Real orcs.
they just they typecasting.
Nicky Hill, we're talking. I said I hope Illumination, if they were doing a Legend of Zelda animated movie, it wouldn't be in the same style as the Mario Brothers movie. Like I don't want a
Beowulf.
funny, cutesy Zelda movie. I don't want an extremely serious one.
I mean,
I
Those
just want
ones.
something
Nice.
that's
you
a
want
little
something more like Despicable Me.
exactly. I would like something a little more serious in tone. I don't want it to be
We'll see. what
deadly
it's gonna
serious,
be.
but
I
not holding out a lot of
I
hope
don't-
for this.
I don't think it should be a movie.
Who
I
do you-
mean,
yeah,
that
who do you
Legend of Zelda
I
is all
think
about
100%
That should be a series.
you could do a Legend of Zelda movie animated, but I wouldn't want it to be.
Just picking the voice cast is a huge deal.
I will say the
Right?
musical numbers.
It'll be a. I
great.
hear Chris Pratt's doing it actually.
Ugh.
It'll be a celebrity as
I
the
know
voice
you were-
actor. That's all we know.
I'm like such an old person. I just turned into my mom. I knew you were making a joke, and I just was like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like I couldn't even just accept that it was a joke.
Oh, but get
Just,
ready
like,
for a Link's
disgusted by
crossbow
the
training
thought of it.
element. I'm sure he's going to have to train to learn how to be a hero.
I'm sure there would be training.
There's
Yes.
going to be Epona and a song for her.
It's Eponia.
Ah,
Pone. Yeah. So again, just a rumor for now,
give me
but
Tingle.
we'll see
and
what
give
happens.
me Linebeck
Man, that'd
in a
be
buddy
great.
movie, and then that's all we need.
So yeah, it's one of those rumors where you're like, I don't know if that'd work. You got to see a trailer first to get some sort of idea, and then you take it from there. So who knows? Right now, I think we're all at the point where we need to cross our fingers that the Mario movie is good. All indications look like it will be an enjoyable romp. I don't think it will be a cinematic landmark, but I just want it to be nice and fun and to respect the brand. So odds are it's going to do that. Curryboss says, I think a Donkey Kong movie could be their next endeavor, but the success of the Mario movie will determine the next steps for Nintendo in that space. If we think people freaked out over Mario's voice actor, they will lose their minds if and when Link is cast. There you go.
And that's the thing is, even if I don't know who the perfect casting for that role would be, but even if you had the, hypothetically perfect casting, it's not going to make everybody happy. You're still going to get horrible stuff.
It is true. People love to complain. Speaking of changes, I just found out a change that's in the Last of Us TV show that has me a bit miffed.
Oh,
Oh,
no. They were saying that
The
they were
spores are out. Spores are not how anything is happening with those creatures, whatever you want to call them. Yeah.
gonna happen.
That
They're
was
going to
like
use
the
like
whole thing.
tendrils or something to connect to the other people.
Why?
What a weird thing to
Because
change.
I believe they said spores will be too hard to film.
Kiss my ass.
Yeah,
That's your job. Figured out.
Plus, the thing that I love about that is it's the only plausible, in a way that we would ever get zombies is if you've seen like the planet Earth where the spores infect all those insects and they like grow out of their heads and stuff and
Well-
make them zombies before that. That is like
Or-
what this feels like, and it almost feels like it could be realish.
Get
Or
ready
that
for a
dragon's
network
breath
of
stuff, right?
tendrils. So
That sounds so convoluted. Like how you, because I feel
Well,
like
they
the
want-
spores thing is just easy. You don't have to explain
Yeah.
anything. And this is going to be like, there's tendrils, and they, what's a tendril?
if I had to guess, the answer is probably twofold. They probably didn't want their big name actors wearing face masks all the time.
Oh, yep.
And
There
also
you
they
go.
didn't want to have to explain why. I mean, I don't think it's that hard to
It's not.
explain why they cannot wear a mask sometime and why they can. You explain it the same way the game does. It's like a highly concentrated area of the spores, and if you're in them for like 5-10 minutes breathing them deeply, then you can be turned. But if you know,
I mean, if
you
you,
know,
can explain that in the game, I don't see why you.
Yeah,
can't
I just
do it
feel
in
like
a-
people are going to be like,
television
"Oh,
It's on
show.
they're walking
clothing.
around now. They don't have masks. What's the problem?"
it's on their clothing. Yeah, it's about the
Plus, masks are
concentration and
still
all
a big
that.
issue.
But when we don't have to worry about it, it's
There's-
tendrils. So.
There's another thing from Jurassic World.
Oh, I
They're
forgot.
wearing face masks at some point, and one character pulls their mask down just to say something. Like they're already talking to each other, and it's like an oh my god moment. Are you really gonna do that? They like pull their mask down and be like, oh my god, and then the other person pulls their mask down. They're like, oh, and then they just leave them down. I'm like, you don't need that. You could still like emote and
Yeah.
speak. And now you have masks that are like this.
It's
like
like
it's just,
the it's like a move for emphasis now. Like people would like say something and like drop their glasses. Now you pull your mask down. Also, what's the name of the guy who's the lead in this show?
Is it
What show? we talking
Pedro
about?
Pascal?
Last of Us.
Oh,
Pedro
yeah,
Pascal.
Pedro.
I heard they are actually going to dub him over with Chris Pratt.
Is that your
You
is that
serious,
your
Mark?
rumor of the week?
This one's actually true.
no,
So
but
there
they
you
are
go.
going to filter his voice through the Mandalorian filter the whole time.
Can you hear me?
That would be awesome, though, if he does put on a respirator.
Hey Ellie,
And they use that-
over here. This is the way.
Oh my goodness.
And
Got
then
him.
he like pauses for applause.
Yep.
Because
Hold for applause.
yeah, you can hear like a studio audience.
And then he,
so there
but
you
he
go.
also
That's
like,
top stories.
basically adopts a baby clicker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mom Brain, you play anything?
No.
Great, Kirby, you play anything?
I played a little more Vampire Survivors. And so I was at my girlfriend's on Christmas Day, and she has the Mario collection for the Switch.
GoNintendo podcast filmed in front of a live studio audience.
So I played. We were getting ready to go to one of her relatives' houses for like a Christmas party, and so I just needed to kill some time. So I started playing Mario 64, and I got 7 stars, and
Beautiful.
it was fun, and it yeah.
Were all the stars on Bob-omb Battlefield?
No, I also found the baby penguin and
Threw it to its death.
Gotta do
and
that.
threw it to its death.
I have very vivid memories of that penguin and throwing it off the side.
Yeah, and who were the like block guys who like try to not the thwomps, but yeah, the ones that go. "Hurr!"
I mean, they're thwomps. They're just a different type of thwomp.
Oh, okay.
They're
Where
not
you-
spiky thwomps.
The ones who like
Other
walk
thwomps.
around and like just like.
Oh
fall on their
yeah, I'm
faces.
sure they got
And
I'm
they
sure they got
got-
another
They've
name.
got the king hippo bandage on their back.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
The belly
yes,
button
yes.
bandage on the
I'm
back.
sure
you gotta,
they
like,
have
stomp
another
on it.
name. I just don't know. Somebody in the chat. will know.
Thwomps.
What's that?
Thwomps.
Like with an F?
It's like a thwomp, but with it flops instead of
Thwomp.
Oh, okay.
He thwomped
I got
over.
it.
Well, that's fun.
Probably.
That's nice.
Yeah, that brought back some memories. I haven't played that game in like an eternity.
Still holds up. You think you'll
It-
go back and go for the 8th star or,
Oh,
and beyond, or you?
maybe I was like, I wish I could get that collection. It's not like available anymore, is it?
Limited time
Yeah,
anniversary.
I missed my window
Yeah, I've heard there's physical copies still out there if you randomly find
because
them. but
I would definitely replay Mario Galaxy.
What a gem!
If
Oh,
I had
yeah.
What a gem! That's it.
yeah, I
Okay,
didn't
never
really
mind.
play too much in the past few weeks.
the man's a gem.
Kirby
Same
is a gem.
again,
Yeah.
Oh, thank
Nikki Hill, what'd you play?
Just a wee bit of solitaire.
That's it, really?
Really.
Well, okay.
What of it?
I
I told you I watched a couple movies. I got on the old treadmill,
Okay.
taking my life back.
Dude,
It's a new
what'd
year.
you play?
It's a new year, new you. Played a little Fortnite with the boys last night. Had a good time as usual.
I don't know if I've ever explained why I say Fortnite like that. I will though.
May I have a drum roll, please? Ladies and gentlemen, I beat Inscription. I actually beat Inscription 3 times over this week because I loved it so much. Thank you. Once I beat it the first time, I immediately started a new game, and I ended up playing it through again. And then as soon as I finished it, I played through it again.
Man, oh, man.
And it was just so much fun and addictive, and I loved it. And yeah, I don't know. It's just terrific.
Do
So
you start from scratch, or do you start with so
Yeah,
it's
you-
easier to
No,
complete it the first?
you
the
just
second
start
time?
over, but I knew I'd seen everything, so I knew all the tricks and stuff to kind of move it along, so I can beat it pretty quickly now. But it's just fun. Like the card game aspect is so much fun, and there's different sections of the game that are all fun. So great game. I recommend it to almost anybody. Like it was good. I was kind of I thought I was gonna like it, but it took me over. So
I'm glad you liked it that much. That's very exciting to hear.
well, so I liked the card game so much that I was like, what other game I like that has
you went back
card
to
games in
Gwen.
it?
I don't believe.
Witcher 3, baby.
So
We're
I
back
started
again.
playing The Witcher 3 again, and I was but what's cool about this is I actually played a little bit more of it, and now I realize that I don't like the ray tracing mode. I like the performance mode. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. That's all I'm going to say. The alternate controls for the signs I got to try out for myself, and it really enhances the combat system. There's no more pausing in the middle of the combat anymore, so that's really great. But I really just kind of went around and started doing Gwent and talking to the innkeepers and playing Gwent against them, because for some reason building a Gwent deck in that game is so much it's like a game in itself. So
You should try Marvel Snap.
maybe I will.
It won Game of the Year last year. I haven't played it yet. I want to. It won Game of the Year last year. It's supposedly a fantastic card game.
Yeah, maybe I'll give it a shot, because I seem to be into it, into card games. And when card games are not that great, like in Final Fantasy IX, I get frustrated. So yeah, I'm not gonna keep
It is
going.
free too.
Oh, excellent.
I was
Cool.
double checking.
Very cool. Thank you for letting me know. I'm not going to keep playing this Witcher. Hopefully, I got
Say
better
that
things
now.
to do. Yeah, I said it.
I got
2
rat
weeks ago
hats
as
to
well.
make.
But yeah, exactly. But so that was that, and then I played. On Game Pass, I played a little bit of a game called Axiom Verge 2. I'd never. Is that what it's called?
Did you? You didn't play the first one, right?
I never played the first one.
It's the second one.
From the,
this is a silly question. I'm sure the first one isn't on Game Pass.
it's not.
Which is why you didn't play that first.
Correct. So from my limited knowledge and very limited research, it seems like other than being a Metroidvania, there's not too much in common with the first game, from what I've read. But regardless, the music is good, and the gameplay is kind of fun. The controls are really, really responsive. I love the way it controls, and that helps. I'm not crazy about the graphic style. It's I want to be interested in the story, and I want to be interested in the locales and stuff, because there's a lot of cool they're going for an outdoor kind of Arctic base setting, like in The Thing kind of, and
Okay.
but the art style doesn't do it for me. So it's
I don't like the look of Axiom Verge at all.
okay. Thank goodness. I didn't want to get my head
there's
bitten off.
in pixel art. No, I don't like pixel art just because it's pixel art. There's what I would say good and bad pixel art for my personal taste, and Axiom Verge is not in my taste. I don't like the way it looks.
Well, I was looking at screens and videos of the first game, and that one looks really drab to me.
It's drab.
I don't really like
Yeah, I
what
think I
I've
agree.
seen of like the locales there. So this one has like a little bit more color and a little bit more diversity in the locations, which I really appreciate. But again, like it's not pulling me through, like with Metroidvania games, there has to be a point that I either get hooked and can't stop playing, or I kind of just fade to the wayside. So we're at a crucial moment here. It's not looking good, but I still encourage anyone to play it if you like Metroidvanias.
Yeah, I liked the first game a lot, so I do want to play this sequel. I just got to make time for it.
Yeah, a lot of people I think that liked the first one are disappointed with some of the gameplay choices in this one, but I couldn't really speak to them. So hopefully when you play, you'll have a little more insight for
It's on my
the Verge heads out there.
on my list of things to play this year. So at some point I will. Yeah.
All right. Well, that wasn't so hard.
Axiom Verge
2.
Oh.
But yeah, sorry. That was fine. That was painless. I did it.
Why? Who was why?
I just admitted that I was playing The Witcher 3 for the fourth time,
oh.
but it's not. I'm not taking it seriously.
Listen,
Strictly for cards.
you play whatever you want. Don't feel ashamed sharing it with us, and it's no surprise that you go back to a game you've already played a million times.
Well, the on the PlayStation 5, when Roach the horse gallops, you can feel it like galloping through your controller, and when you sell things, the controller vibrates so hard that it's distracted, like it makes a noise and it's distracting. I had to put it up to my ear, and I was like, is there a sound coming out of the speaker? But no, it's just the mechanics inside the controller shaking it so hard that so you're like selling like 20 swords or something, and it's like and you're
The power of the dual sense.
It's like really, really intense, but you get used to it, like you don't hear it after a while. It's kind of like when the PlayStation 5 starts up with a disc inside, and you're like, are we in a spaceship? Like, what's happening? But then like after 5 minutes, you don't really.
I was talking to our friend, I guess I'll call him his old name. Oh no, he was on the podcast. What do we call him on the podcast?
I don't know.
Yeah, who is it?
Our friend that films
McBride.
things. Yeah. I don't remember what we call him, but I was talking to him this week, and he was talking about how loud the PS5 was for him. He doesn't have it right now, as you know. But,
Yeah.
He also mentioned how loud it was when putting discs in.
For a little sympathy towards him, he's using it mostly, I'm guessing, as like a Blu-ray player. So yeah, I would probably be a lot more distracted during a movie with that. But who knows?
Well, thanks for telling us, dude.
Yeah, thanks for listening. I like to talk about what I played. I would love to hear about what you played.
Ooh.
Thank you for asking. I also played Fortnite. Always playing Fortnite. Played it with friends. Played it with family.
ABF.
Had a great
always be
time.
Fortnite.
Did I talk about my sister joining Fortnite?
Yeah, we talked about it last week.
Okay. She was back. She's in it. She's thinking about buying skin or stuff in a shop. She's got a skin.
That's how
so
it begins.
She's in.
Starts with a little whip.
When she first started playing, she was like, "Oh, I'm not going to buy anything." She said, "I'm not going to buy anything," and I was like, "Yep,
we've all said
we
that.
were all there."
We
And
all
then like
said that.
3 days later, she was like, "Mary Jane, I want to buy Mary Jane." So she got the Mary Jane skin. And now she's like sending me pictures of her battle royale victories and all that. So she's in it. She's having fun. We played last night actually and had a good time. I want to get her on a podcast soon to talk about her Fortnite and her Inscription love. I'm sure all three of us could talk about Inscription love a lot.
But that's the thing. I feel like there's nothing else to say without spoilers about that game. Like the three of us should get together off of a podcast and talk about it, because there's nothing more we can say without spoiling it.
Well, she did say she wanted to talk about it a lot. She knows she can't spoil, so it's something to say. But she's traveling for work and then traveling for fun. So it might be like a month until she's around, but she does plan on coming to the podcast. So look forward to that. Played Fortnite. Can I get a drum roll, please? I played and finished the Punchwin. What a great game, man. What is it, like $5? Probably took me 3 hours altogether. Just a great puzzle game. Great mechanic. For those who don't know, you are a penguin that punches, and you have to line up 3 colors, 3 similar colors to clear them. The
I need
blocks
to know.
drop down, and you're a little penguin, like doing platforming in the puzzle stage as it's happening.
Does the penguin like curl the tip of its wing to punch, or is it more of a slap
You have like a boxing glove.
stuck on the end of? Because I mean,
Yeah,
penguins'
I don't
wings are
remember.
kind of like
Yeah.
flappy.
I played a game and find out.
Okay.
Does he ever take the gloves off?
But no.
Okay.
Not that I remember. So each level will be like you got to make 3 red trios and 2 green trios,
Yes, of
and
course.
you line up 3 blocks of the same color, either vertically or horizontally, and then they clear out. That's it. You just need
match
a certain
3.
amount of match 3s of specific colors to consider the level completed. And then there's also stages that are puzzles. It's a whole you have to clear every block, and they're already sitting there, and you have to figure out how to punch them to move them around to have them line up and clear. So those are fun as well. It's like 75-25. So 75 blocks falling from the top, 25% is the puzzle stages. I guess I should say 20%, because there's 5% that is like little mini game stuff. There's one that's like a little, you punch a block to, it's basically golf, or one is basketball. But it's fun. It's a lot of fun. It's really well done. It's, the sign of a really great game is when it's over, you're like, I wish there was more. I could play more of that. So, like I said, short experience, cheap experience, made by Sheen N. Great company,
Inexpensive.
great
experience.
soundtrack, great soundtrack too. Chiptune soundtrack. It's awesome. Their music's usually good in all their games. So if you're looking for like a time waster, just something simple and quick and a unique mechanic, it was really good. Really enjoyed it. So another good one for Sheen N's track record. And then the only other thing I played this week, I started Xenoblade Chronicles 3 finally. Wow. What a game so far. And I'm only like 4 hours in. The story.
Only 200 more to go.
I played 1 and 2.
To completion?
To completion, yes. Not Xenoblade Chronicles 1 when it originally came out, years after, but I did play it afterwards. It's really good. The story, just the idea of the story is very interesting and sad. So basically, this is not a spoiler. This is told you in the beginning of the game. And again, it's an RPG.
It's
so
a
it's massive.
Chronicle of the Xenoblade.
I've only played 4 hours, but here's the basic gist of it. There are these 2 warring factions, and they are bred from birth in quotes, because it's not really humans having babies. They're like manufactured, let's say. From day 1 to the day they die, they are made to fight. Mm-hmm. And basically, when they fight on the battlefield, whenever an enemy or whenever a member of the other side falls, their life essence comes out of their body. And the opposing warring faction has a machine that collects that energy to fuel what their kingdom does, let's say. So there's like, red energy coming out of one side and blue energy coming out of one side.
But I've seen everything.
And if you defeat the other team, then you get to amass all of that life energy to continue your faction's life, basically. You're like the circle of life, literally. And the sad thing is, no one lives past the age of 10. I want to stress, they are not kids for that whole time. They start off as a kid. They start off probably like 10 or 11 or something like that. And then their 20s, or very early 20s when they pass.
So
nobody,
you're saying they're legal.
No, nobody, nobody passes that age. And I don't know the specifics of it yet, but I believe it's because, 10 years of nonstop fighting. I forget what the thing is called, but you go to basically a service at the end of your 10 years, and your life essence is reclaimed to put back into the machine. Let's say for a lack of. So basically, your bodies beat the crap for 10 years, and then they give the life essence to another fresh recruit. Let's say. But there are members, these factions have members that do different things on the battlefield. There's guards and, fighters and magic users, but there's also overseers, and overseers are the people who reclaim the energy of the fallen people they have a flute that they take out and they play, and they like see the fallen off to wherever you think these people go when their life essence is gone.
Man, did Kojima write this? This
So,
is like out there.
It's really interesting. So it's a lot of very touching moments. And the overseer that is on, like, you play as in the beginning of the game, like, oversees everyone. Like, he doesn't care how they died or what happened to them. If they're a bad guy or not, he will play to
He's
see
gonna
them
play
off
that flute,
to
baby.
whatever happens. So, it's a very interesting topic about life and what life means to everybody and the circle of life. And I understand. The story's really good. And like I said, I'm only 4 hours in, so I'm sure this is going to go all kinds of crazy places, but it's really interesting, and there's lots of sad stuff. The characters are very well defined. Like the main character is very like thoughtful and contemplative, and one guy is like the big brute guy who's just worried about fighting. And then there's a girl who's like kind of the mediator between the two. And it's the party of characters so far, which I'm sure we'll expand, is very interesting, and you feel connected to all of them. And then it's a Xenoblade game. So if you don't know, combat in Xenoblade is very interesting. It's not a turn-based RPG. It is, you actually walk up to the enemies and you like pull out your sword to fight, but fighting is automatic. So like when you pull out your weapon, your characters will automatically begin fighting, but you have choices for special moves that you do, and they have a cooldown clock, so you can't just spam your special moves. And then using special moves builds up a meter to let you use an extra special move that, again, takes a longer time to build, but is a devastating attack. And then depending on how you hit enemies from front, back, left, or right, it'll do more damage or inflict status ailments or stuff. So like if you hit someone from a left-hand side with a certain move, that's a stun move. And then one of your other characters in your party can use that to do another move that flips the enemy upside down, and then they can't get up for a few seconds, and then your tank can come in and do a bunch of damage, blah, blah, blah. So the combat, even though it's passive in a sense that you're not hitting the buttons to actually swing, you are doing a lot with the buttons to call out special moves and change formations and all that stuff. So it's very it's much more active than you would think for an RPG, for a traditional RPG. Anyway. So there's no like take your time and contemplate, because battles are going on, like they're real-time battles. Just you are choosing what your character is going to do in real time. Grand vistas, which is a huge thing for all Xenoblade Chronicles games. The landscapes are absolutely massive and stretch far into the distance. There's humongous places to explore, and I'm just in the beginning. And if it's like other Xenoblade Chronicles, you can warp to places. You have points of interest, and you can warp to them right away if you want to. But your party's really quick. Like your characters don't take a long time to move, so you make it a good distance pretty quickly. But if it's like other Xenoblade Chronicles games, you'll have some areas that you return to multiple times, and other vast, huge areas that you only go to once or twice. That's just what the Xenoblade game is. Xenoblade games are. They have massive landscapes that you explore. But there's buildings and stuff too. 4 hours in, very impressed. Soundtrack is unbelievable. Like I said, I already listened to the soundtrack, but obviously hearing it through the context of the game itself makes it that much better. There's some amazing compositions in this soundtrack. It fits the action so well. And the serious matters that are discussed in the story, everything. It's a beautiful soundtrack, absolutely beautiful. And the flute music that you hear that's played when you're the overseer and doing that stuff, it really heightens the atmosphere. It's great. It's great. Listen, I need to reserve final judgment for when I beat the game, but so far I can at least see an inkling of why this won so many Game of the Year awards. So I'm greatly enjoying it. I got a long way to go. It's going to take me weeks probably to beat this game. I don't know how long it is. Probably 60 hours, somewhere around there. But so far, so good. Really enjoying it. All right. Well, let's do questions. Send your questions to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where do I send those questions?
goninpod@gmail.com. They could be about video game, Nintendo, video games in general, or whatever the hell you want. Today's question comes from Autumnal Blake, and actually, it's everybody's favorite. A rapid fire round of questions.
Oh, no.
Since I will not be mean with the first one, I will ask who wants to go first.
If you guys don't
need the
mind,
other
let me get this. Let me go first.
Yeah, can you? All right, Deux. We're giving you 5 questions. What type of underwear do you wear?
Natural feeling.
If you took a deep, long whiff of Luigi's unwashed hat, what aromas would you experience?
Wet dog.
What's your favorite 3D shape?
A cube.
If Link was a buff daddy instead of a twink, would people still play the games?
I would.
And last question. If you were out for a walk and fell down in the mud, what would you do with your pants?
Take them off.
Nicky Hill, how many Picrosses have you solved in your lifetime?
0.
How is your tolerance for spicy food on a scale of total immunity to immediate diarrhea?
What's in the middle?
Regular diarrhea.
Total diarrhea.
Is there one where I can handle the spice but
I can
still
handle
get
it.
diarrhea?
Yeah. Spicy diarrhea.
Yeah, I lost my place. This is my fault. I lost my place. What is your favorite herb and your least favorite spice?
I don't know what spices and herbs are, I guess.
What series should Nintendo make
Parsley.
into a mobile game next?
Sorry, say that again.
What series should Nintendo make into a mobile game next?
Metro.
What is the maximum number of toppings you can tolerate on a pizza?
I'd probably stop at 3.
Kirby,
Yes.
do you include a toilet in your Animal Crossing house? Why or why not?
Oh, I don't have an Animal Crossing house, but I probably would.
What Pokemon has the silliest name?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
What Pokemon has the silliest name?
God, I don't know these things.
Bidoof.
Yep. Oh, thank you. It's Bidoof.
What real-world location should the next Pokemon games be inspired by?
Iceland.
What is the sexiest language? And please give a demonstration.
Omelette de fromage. It's French, of course.
What does Splatoon ink taste like?
Jeez, I don't know, like melted, like grape popsicles.
Oh, on brain. What tropical fruit would make the best JoJo?
Mango.
We all know that Shulk is really feeling it. Shulk is the lead character in the first Xenoblade games. I'm really feeling it. Well, what is he feeling?
The noise.
Who is the hottest Fire Emblem character in terms of fire?
I don't know Fire Emblem characters.
What is your favorite color? Please give the red, green, and blue values. I want your specific favorite color.
Oh, well, gray is my favorite. color.
What is the best type of bread?
Sourdough.
And now it's me. What spherical character is the best at being a sphere? Is it Boo, Kirby, Babam, Voltorb, or something else? I'm going to go with Babam. Specifically, King Babam. That man is a circle. He's a circle.
Well, he's like a perfect circle.
Yeah.
Whereas, Kirby is a little. He has irregularities.
Yeah. What is the worst nut? The butt nut, of course.
Ooh.
Describe the game you're most excited for in exactly 6 words. Most excited for. I don't know what game I'm most excited for. I know there's
We need
something
that
I'm
6
blanking
words.
on. I don't know.
It's not Tears of the Kingdom.
It's up there, but I don't think it's Tears of the Kingdom. I feel like there's an indie game I'm more excited for.
Is
not
it,
coming to
is
mind.
it the toaster?
That's it. Yeah. I am excited for Toast. Hooray. What is Josh Grobot's favorite Christmas tune? Is there a robot related to Christmas song?
That's none of your business.
Oh, all right.
No, these
Go
are
ahead.
these are your questions. Sorry,
Clearly I defaulted to Josh. That's all the questions. You can stop the music. I'm sorry, I can't think of what game I'm most excited
he
for.
probably would. Oh, yes.
Go ahead. No,
You've
go
moved
ahead.
on to the game.
No, go ahead.
I'm
go
talking
ahead.
about important things,
Yes,
like
yes.
Josh's favorite Christmas song. He would probably like that Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
That does
given his
seem
temperament.
Yeah.
Really great story.
Oh, you got to turn Josh's volume up. We also have a Patreon question from Fluffernutter. Mom Brain, did you know that you could join Patreon
For $1.
Fluffernutter says, "Hey gang, one of my friends recently asked me this, and it was torture to settle on an answer.
Uh-oh.
If you could only keep one of the three following forms of media in your life, which would you choose and why? TV shows, movies, or video games?" That is a torturous
Video games and
question.
TV shows.
No, you can only keep one.
Oh, I thought you said. Never mind.
If
I
you
thought
can
you
only
said you
keep
could only kill
one
one.
of the three following forms of media in your life, which would you choose and why? Video games, movies, or TV shows?
Jeez. I might lean more towards movies, just because I've been. I don't know. I think as far as like between movies and television, I tend to watch movies more often, and it seems like I've been, watching more movies than playing video games recently. So, I guess that's my answer.
I would think TV shows will be out for you. Easy.
Yeah, TV shows are out for me. But I was kind of hemming and hawing because it was like, well, if I can only have one thing and I really like a character in a movie, it's like, well, wouldn't I want a character that I like over like 6 seasons or 7 seasons?
Not by your own rules, no.
Not by my own rules. So no, I would not. So it was either movies or video games, and I love movies. But there's just an immersion with video games. I'm trying to think of if this were my last thing, like if this is the only thing I can do, then I might go video games because I can like not only experience it as if it were kind of a movie in a way, certain games, but like I'd be living them too. Like I'd be getting a little bit more. And I put, like, let's face it, I can play long games over and over and over and stuff. So probably from that, like, this is the last thing you're going to get standpoint, that's probably what I would go with.
I think
Well,
both
I
of you
agree
gave
with you.
well-reasoned answers.
I agree with Deux on that. It's not that I play a ton of video games, but if it's like this is the last thing, I think that I'd have the most bang for my buck if I picked video games.
Nicky Hill?
I've just been thinking that in the past few months, I haven't played a game except for Solitaire, which I can play with real cards. There's a lot of great experiences, but I think I might go with TV shows because there's a lot of TV shows now that are like, 8 movies in one in the series.
They got it all now.
And short movies, maybe, they're an hour long. But storytelling has come a long way, and I'm just thinking of some of the shows that I've really liked recently. They're
Tell me what happens in season 2 of Severance then, because I'll be playing video
That's
games.
right. He's not allowed to watch.
yeah.
Okay. Yes.
I was just gonna say,
Did you hear it though?
can-
I'll let you listen to it.
could I still, if I, went with my decision to exclusively watch movies, would I still be able to like watch stuff on YouTube, or are we counting that as a TV show?
Pornhub?
No, YouTube I think is fine. It's not a TV
But
show
you
or a
can't
movie.
watch a movie or a TV show
on
On
YouTube.
YouTube.
yeah.
Okay.
Google
And-
will know.
Now, how about this? Are you allowed to watch me play video games?
Oh,
Because I wouldn't be allowed to watch you play, like watch
It says
a
you
movie.
can only
That would be
keep-
too weird.
Yeah.
It says you can only keep one, so I would imagine no, you would not be able to do that.
wow. Okay.
Can you make a movie of you playing video games and I watch it?
Yes. I would keep video games. I love movies and TV shows, but I think it's an easy choice because video games is the only one that gives me unique experiences. Like, movies and TV shows, I can get the same kind of thing from, and they're life-changing, certainly, and enjoyable. But games do things that the other two genres can't. So I'm going with games.
Bye bye anime.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd feel really
But there's anime games, so I'm fine.
terrible because
Bye Marvel. but
lately
there's
you
Marvel
guys have been
games.
talking about a lot of games that you've all really enjoyed, and I'm not chomping at the bit to play them still. Like I'm in that weird.
I
phase
know
of-
you live your entertainment life in dread and fear all the time. I'm just waiting for you to get over the hurdle because I know you'd like so much stuff, but I
yeah,
can't.
but then when I
can't
play
do
it and I don't enjoy it to the same
That's okay. That's
pants
your
creaming
experience.
That's
That's
that
your
I keep hearing
experience.
about. Then I'm going to be like, why did I even spend my
Yeah, but then
time?
you'll play other stuff where you do cream your
I mean,
pants
I
and we
still
don't.
do. It's just I haven't played anything in a while. I've been busy, and then when I'm not busy, I'm
I
been
was just
lazy.
answering what I was offering a viewpoint for what you said. I'm not like pushing back or anything. Just want you to play stuff. And don't
We want
worry,
you
you're
to
allowed to
cream.
still do all three. You cream to whatever you want. It's totally fine.
This is a no yuck zone or a
Yeah, that's right. No yuck zone.
no yuck zone.
Oh, they were going to say like a no nut zone.
No.
Oh, no.
This is a nut
This is
zone.
a yes nut
Definitely.
zone.
All right. Thanks for the Patreon question, Fluffer Nutter. And
Oh, sorry. Before you go on, I just wanted to say you reminded me that this past week I had a fluffernutter for the first time ever.
Ooh.
oh, what'd you
Wow.
think?
It was delicious,
Yes.
but it also made me gassy. But I'm gonna keep eating it.
That's
What
fine.
made you
Fluffer
gassy?
Nutters are
The sugar
fantastic.
in it?
I don't really know. It's well,
Did you have it on whole wheat?
it was on like a whole grain bread.
So
Like
maybe it was the
It
bread.
could be the bread.
I
Oh.
guess.
Fluffer Nutters
Or were
are
you, like-
delicious.
Was your
Yes.
mouth like real sticky? So you're like, and like, so you probably ate a lot of air
That's
with
what it
maybe?
was. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, I think Fluffer Nutters are often overlooked, and they are a fantastic sandwich. Obviously, you got to be in the mood for a sweet sandwich, but still,
Yeah, I just
good stuff.
saw
That's
the
savory.
jar on the shelf and was like,
I mean, it is savory too, but the overwhelming flavor is sweet. I guess it depends on what
I guess
peanut butter you're using.
Peanut butter is kind of sweet in itself.
I mean, yeah, if
Yeah,
you're
I
going like
don't know that I'd
Skippy or
categorize
Jif or
it savory.
Right.
It
it's
depends on
more,
what it's with.
certainly
I
more
guess.
savory than fluff, but yeah, it's still sweet. If you never had a Fluffer Nutter, join myself and Kirby, and I'm sure everybody else here. And
yeah, I'm sorry it
have
took
one.
me this long to get around to it.
You know what
They
I
are
could go
fantastic.
for? A warm fluffernutter made on a sandwich press or sandwich machine. What is it called?
Well, I
Sandwich
got
maker?
news for you. Nintendo's putting out a new
Called it a
system.
sandwich maker, but
Let's do music.
Wanna hear it?
music. You want to hear it? You want to hear it? Oh. Send your music to goninpod@gmail.com.
Is that what I sound like?
There you go. goninpod@gmail.com. Please put music in the title to help out your local mom brand.
help. Thank you.
That's good. That's good.
First song today comes from Nico Darunia.
This sounds like a Crash Bandicoot song if I've ever heard one.
It is.
Okay, Twin Sanity or Insane Collection.
Yeah. Insane Trilogy on the Switch.
There you go. That's very easily
From Nico
identifiable music in the Crash series. Beautiful.
Well done. Next song comes from Tony de la Mancha.
No More Heroes?
She won't tell you for some reason.
It's not. Sorry. It's... I'm gonna need to see all of those.
This is familiar, but I don't know from what.
Got no idea.
Yeah, you played it. I think you've all played it.
Oh no.
The Blob.
No.
Elements.
No.
What system?
Wii.
Oh boy.
Let's Tap.
No.
Future tapping game.
Let's tap. Okay.
I'm digging it though.
It's not first party.
It is first party.
First party, and this is the sound. Is it like a Wii something?
No.
Okay, all right, let's do this. We all played it. So Mario.
Mario what?
Party.
No.
Mario Strikers.
Yes.
Oh.
Mario Strikers Charge.
Is it a menu song?
The Classroom.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right.
Sweet song.
It
Next.
sounded a lot like it would have been a Zelda song, but I guess it's Mario Strikers Charge.
Next one comes from Steve Irwin, R.I.P.
What's the guy you had the gold record? Zamfir.
Master of the
Master of the
Pan
Pan
Flute.
Flute.
Why do I? Is this a song outside of games?
Probably Just
Sure is.
Dance.
I feel like I know.
Yeah. What song is this?
I'm not telling you what song it is, but you know it. You know it.
Yeah, this is a song that exists outside of video games.
But which one?
What is this? Affordable?
64.
So it's a franchise?
Yeah, I guess, right? If it's a video game and something else.
It exists in another video game.
Yeah.
It's a movie or a TV show.
Mhm.
The Hogan Family.
That'd be awesome if there was a Hogan Family
It's
64 game.
This part.
How
Listen.
bad would that be?
Yeah, but that is so familiar.
I
Sure
love
is.
this, whatever it is.
We know it.
You know it.
Feels good.
Come on, guys. We gotta get this. Still around today?
Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
Punky Brewster.
No.
Is it anime related?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What? Anime related.
And you like it?
And it's
Go
on
Go
the
13?
64?
No one said you liked it.
You said he or he knows it.
He knows it.
Neon Genesis Evangelion.
It sure is.
Wow, really?
On the N64?
Yep.
Cool.
Wow, that's why I knew that song. And
Yep.
I was thinking anime, but I couldn't place it.
That was from Steve Irwin,
It's a
R.I.P.
Good tune.
This one comes from Jess I.
There's a Neon Genesis Evangelion game on the 64.
It would
I had
seem
no
so.
idea.
Obviously not localized.
Is this Super Nintendo?
Sounds portable to me.
GBA.
Oh,
It's a fighting game.
It's an existential crisis game.
Wow. I don't know what this is from. It's not ringing a bell.
is it like a Mega Man game or something? Okay.
Seems like a game that has like a little mouse running around.
This also seems like an anime game.
It is neither of those.
Oh. Licensed.
First party.
Again. Wow.
First party's throwing me off today.
Yoshi,
Starfy.
No.
Kirby.
Pokemon.
Starfield is Nintendo?
They published.
Oh, is it a Kirby?
How does it do?
Oh, that sounded like
Toes? T-O-S-E. All right, first
What's
party.
this?
GBA.
GBA.
it's gotta be a cart.
Mario Kart. Super GP.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart
Circuit.
Super Circuit.
Super Circuit.
Great
you
job.
say it, and then he's just like, "Oh, Mario Kart," and then you're like, "Mario."
That's the one I played the least by
This one
far.
comes from Ask Me.
Oh, I know this. This brought me right back.
I know this.
I feel like it's familiar to me, but
DS?
GBA.
GBA. Oh, that's right. Sorry. I had a brain fart. Yeah. This one is first party.
Oh,
This All right, here's hints. This game, I think, has one of the worst soundtracks in this franchise, but this is easily one of the best songs in this game. That is
That's
correct.
Ooh.
Excuse me, who's in charge here?
Sorry.
Remember that.
Not a lot of great
Um,
songs in Minish Cap.
This one comes from Turbo K.
Yeah, not a lot that stick out to me.
This is another song I know.
Ender Striker Gunvolt.
No.
I definitely know this song and I can't place
Is this
it.
a franchise of something?
I don't think so.
There's a little bendy thing.
Yeah, a little bendy.
What system?
Switch.
What's going on today,
What was
man?
that game? The first game that came out on the Switch.
Blaster Master? Not Blaster Master. Good guess. This is gonna piss me off. I know this.
Is it
and
robot related?
I remember liking the game.
It's not. I don't know if it's robot related, but I don't think so.
Is this VVVVVV?
It is. Great job.
Oh. 43D, 3D3.
This one comes from Tentavision.
VVVVVV is a cool game. Kirby's getting something.
Nightmare
It
Before
almost sounds
Christmas.
familiar.
It is not.
How many are we doing here?
I think 8. This is the 7th one.
No, I'm not worried about time. I'm worried about song amounts.
Send it.
Is it portable?
Yeah.
It sounds a little GBA-ish.
No.
DS?
Yeah.
Switch it up there.
Castlevania.
Something about this is familiar.
I'm pretty sure you didn't play it.
Pokemon.
No.
Sports.
Sports, the game.
Puzzle game.
No.
All right,
Yeah,
then
got
I'm
no
out.
idea.
Scourge Hive. Remember that one?
We giving in?
I do. Yeah. Kirby, are you giving it?
I guess so.
Wreck-It Ralph on the DS.
Oh, I did not play that.
No, okay, never mind.
And the last song for this week comes from Mikey 3319.
I don't know how to
that
dance,
noise.
but I'm willing to learn because of this song.
That's a rare noise, but I don't think this is a rare game.
I don't think it is either.
Is it licensed?
I guess
Is
so.
it a franchise that existed outside of games first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I can't even place the system. What is it? 64?
Mm-hmm.
Spy Hunter.
All right, so she didn't know if it was licensed, so it's a weird one.
So it's not like Power Rangers. or
Not like
something
Warner Brothers
Not
or
like
anything.
James Bond.
It's none of those.
Just want to be clear. Existed outside of video games.
Yes.
Okay.
Before there was a game. of it.
Before there was a game of it.
Before there was a video game of it. Yes.
Okay. Do
Last
we know
Action
this
Hero.
thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I like that. It's like always the
RoboCop.
Hercules.
Terminator.
Aladdin.
Trying to think of Beetle Adventure Racing.
Absolutely not.
Trying to think of licensed N64 games. It's not a ton.
Is it like Micro Machines?
It is not.
This feels like a platformer.
It's
Either.
not.
Oh, then man, licensed N64. Is this license still around?
Yes.
Jurassic Park.
No.
What? Can I ask one more question? Movie or TV show?
No.
What? Neither?
In a book, huh?
Not a book.
Comic?
Nope.
Man.
It's based on a podcast.
Was it a radio show?
No.
It It's not a movie.
It's not on movies.
Not a movie.
It's a toy brand.
I guess the publisher is a toy brand.
What? Oh,
M&M's.
Monopoly.
Monopoly.
Hey!
Wow, that was
We got
tough.
too many hits on that one, but that was fun.
You guys got 6 out of 9.
That
Congrats.
sounds like Monopoly to me, definitely. That's the song I think of when I play Monopoly.
I will now.
They just put out that new version of Clue, guys. You see that? Everybody's thirsting over how sexy the new, everybody is.
Colonel Mustard.
Am I weird for being attracted to them all along? Like even before?
No,
Okay, thank you.
You're not.
On the
What was your
the
favorite?
game? On the board game or like the movie?
Both.
The both.
The both. The.
Dude, do you have anything for us?
Let me see if something's coming across my desk over here. Oh my goodness, we got a good one. This is a good one. Usually they're rumors, ladies and gentlemen. Deux views. It's never news. Rumor of the week, starring Deux Michaels. As I said before, usually they're rumors. This one happens to be, yes, this one's true. So, there is a new. The successor to the Switch is in the works. It has not been announced yet, obviously, but I have the inside scoop. It's going to be a Wii with a panini maker actually attached to it, so we can make some paninis, and it's going to be called the Pawini.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So we're all looking forward to the next Nintendo system, which I'm sure will sell millions and millions.
Look forward to
we're all looking forward to.
Paweening noobs on the Pawini.
Well, I'm looking forward to creaming over the Pawini.
That's right.
Man, that is some hot news.
Hot, delicious news.
Thank
Oh man,
you.
I
am
hope they
hungry.
do like an
Lock the
advertising
door
thing,
and
like for
turn the
Shiggy.
lights down low.
Pawini! I get it now. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
That's that. All right, we got after show for you. Whatever you want. You bring it up. We'll talk about. Hello, Sinfield. Sorry I didn't
Pre-orders
see
at
you until
Bed Bath
now.
and Beyond, says Hailey and Tom.
Hello, Solid Master Link. Hello. Eggplant Jr., I saw you in here before, but I don't think I said hello to you. I apologize. So hello now.
Is that a real device too? Luigi selling the
Oh,
real?
I see.
He's mad about whatever it is.
That's
His
pretty good.
coveralls.
Because we got it. That's good. That's good.
Man, this was great. This was great.
So, long story short, you think the podcast is too long?
No, I'm just I just wasn't prepared today, and I didn't bring a Snickers. So for me, today was great, because then hopefully we can order some pizza or something.
This is the first time for me. You know what I just found out? I didn't know this was a thing. I apologize, because this might make me sound stupid. I never heard of a grandma pizza before.
Oh.
Yeah.
Where'd
I
you
mean,
hear
it's
this
not all
at?
that great. Like, it's fine pizza, but like
I
you'd
had
rather
it
have a
this
regular
weekend,
pizza.
or I had it this week, and I liked it. It was good.
Yeah, you would.
I
like
said
it.
I said I
The
wouldn't
pesto?
get it
You
every
like the
time,
pesto?
but every once in a while I'd be like, yeah, well, I could go for a grandma pizza.
I'm not against it.
Wait, obviously, I don't remember what I said. My grandma passed away, so of course, when we were hanging out after,
is that why
someone
you got
was
a
like,
grandma
"Let's get a
pizza?
grandma pizza." I was like, "What the hell's a grandma pizza?" We got it.
I think there's a grandpa pizza too.
We turned my
That I've
grandma
never
into
heard
a
of.
pizza. Is what I'm trying to
Oh,
say.
that's delicious. That's what a way to remember her.
See, now I don't know if you're lying or
little-
not
instead of a
because
little
I didn't know there was a
cornstarch.
grandma pizza. So is there a grandpa pizza?
I've never heard of that.
I don't know.
If he doesn't know,
I mean,
forget it.
someone probably made one up. I don't know if it's official.
Oh my God, Mom Brain, come back in here. Oh, I think I told you this already. Never mind, you don't have to. Today's the day for you to be hungry and want a pizza because, like I said, we have the one free, whatever it is,
A lovely
pizza
cheese pizza just for me.
from whatever the place you like.
Oh, nice.
Remember, we saved it for you.
That's
This is
terrific.
perfect. On Slice, we had a free
What are you
Dominic's
guys gonna
pizza.
eat?
I wasn't gonna eat pizza anyway. I gotta eat my bird food. But
Birds don't eat
First,
shit
he gets into
sandwiches.
bird TikTok, and then he starts eating the food.
Lanquin, I haven't read the latest news as of like 4 hours ago. But Lanquin asked, do you think WWE is going to be sold in 2023? I know they just hired, I want to say at JP Morgan, somebody or other, to facilitate a sale should one happen. This is the first time they've done that. So I know it's being discussed way more seriously this time around than ever before, so it's a possibility. I've heard through the grapevine that Comcast is interested, or NBC Universal, I guess you should say, whichever is the parent company. They are interested in
NBC
purchasing.
Universal.
So I don't know. It's possible. I'm sure more than one streaming service would be interested in it as well, because Peacock's subscribers went up by over 1 million just from
Oh.
getting the WWE content. So you could imagine, like, I don't know, Netflix or potentially Disney through Hulu wanting to have that, because Hulu already has some WWE content. Netflix does not. And Disney through Disney Plus just dabbled with something wrestling related. So I don't know. There's possible. There's a whole bunch of possibilities. There's possible. Huh? They did a luchador related thing.
Oh.
They had their luchadors dress up as Marvel characters for like a luchador wrestling Marvel thing. But Disney also signed with WWE in another country to put WWE stuff on on Disney Plus. So
Really?
yep. Listen, TV rights and all that stuff right now, the only thing that makes money is live programming. That's why sports in general get such big deals, because the only thing regular TV viewers are watching is live programming. So the streaming services want to bring in more of that stuff, and there's not really a lot to pick from, because, like, football and basketball and all that stuff, those rights are locked in for a long time. But WWE's TV rights are up in 2024, I think. So now is the time they start redoing the deals.
Soon you're just gonna have to like buy a television dedicated to Disney things, and then have another television dedicated to Netflix things, and then have another television dedicated to some.
I
just
don't know if
like-
it'll go that far, but it is crazy right now.
Do we need anything beyond one cheese pizza?
Yes, these guys. All right, guys, we're gonna go. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hang out with friends and family. Play some games. Rest. Relax. You deserve it. And
Hang out with Mr. Cooper.
we'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'm gonna be going home for dinner.